And to me, it's nauseating. It's absolutely nauseating because
multiple mental health clinicians said that Derek had limited intellectual ability and was not capable of consenting.
congratulations.
Boom. Right? Change soccer in America forever.
Hella bugs out here. Yeah, bro, I keep caressing my leg, boy. Trying to get freaky out here.
Your step siblings and also husband and wife.
I can't do any of that stuff.
That's right. Yeah, in fact, soccer can crawl up my asshole and die for all I care.
And that's what the kids do, but I'm a little older. I like that shirt tucked in.
Who the hell told you that would not be seen on television?
Anal sex is the process of inserting a penis into the anus of another partner.
Oh, shit. All right, the new intro. Brett's first time seeing the new intro. All right. Well, we had to come up with something new sooner or later. And I figured we already covered cousins. We might as well cover anal sex, too, while we're at it. You know, and if her video was fully, you know, monetized, then why shouldn't ours? Because we're just quoting her video, right? You would think.
One would think, yeah.
One would think that'd be fine, right?
Would think.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us tonight. We are here to cover live the Canada versus Argentina. Bam, bam, bam. And we'll see how that works out. I want to say RIP, by the way, to Donald Sutherland.
Yeah, I saw that. Damn.
Yeah, who passed away. We'll get into Esmir Baraktarovic probably at halftime because there's some things.
We just don't have time.
There. Yeah. I mean, we really don't have time before this game starts. Also, we'll get into England versus Denmark as well, which ended 1-1. And, you know, Greg Berhalter, Gareth Southgate coaching that team. And why it looks so much like Greg, though. It does. I mean, and is it any wonder? They're like best friends. They're like really close. They talk to each other like weekly. This is scary. And it shows, doesn't it? It does show.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do our picks because we promised we're going to pick the top two of each group. I think Argentina's probably going to win this group in Group A. The question is who comes in second? This isn't your grandmother or even your, you know, your mother's chili anymore, right?
Yeah. I was going to say great, but
I'd say this order actually makes sense.
Yeah, I wasn't going to mess with it at all.
Yeah, I mean,
we had the coin flip simulator up just in case, guys.
Right. I mean, you look at this Canadian team, they got players that play in France, Spain, Portugal, England, Italy. I mean, come on. On paper, this is the best Canadian team they've ever had. Are they getting older? Sure. But they've got a secret weapon. His name is Jesse Marsch. So let's go with this as is. Group A.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Group B. This one's a little trickier. A lot of people would say Mexico comes in second. I don't know if I agree with that. You know, what if Jamaica, for one time in their life, pulls their shit together and actually plays up to the quality of the players they have? And
that's what I was trying to pull up a roster real quick because I was curious to see if they basically have what would be considered their full-time squad there.
Everybody is Leon, as long as Leon Bailey's there too. I think
I thought he officially retired. I thought.
I don't think so. I mean, he might say that, but he didn't make the roster again.
No, he's on the roster.
Okay, I thought he did.
Yeah,
and they've got all their other English guys. You know, guys that play in England as well this time, right?
Yep. If there's ever a time for Jamaica to pull their shit together,
and I just have zero faith in Mexico right now. Zero. And I think this actually looks like how it's going to end up being. You know, if Jamaica pulls their shit together, can they do it? Is the question. They almost just beat us with a B team.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
They're definitely missing a handful of players for that game. You're right.
Yeah. So I say Jamaica in an upset comes in second. Mexico finishes third. Venezuela in fourth. I think Mexico could finish last. If they really have a stinker. But I think we'll just leave this as it is because it doesn't matter who comes in third and fourth, right?
Leon Bailey called up, but was refusing to join, apparently. I don't know if that's been fixed or if that's still an issue.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, he was out at parties and stuff and refused to go with the team.
They named him to the roster, and he tweeted out his misinformation.
Okay.
But no Leon Bailey.
No Leon Bailey. Still, the rest of the guys are there. You know? I'm just on a whim. I'm going with Jamaica. Just on a whim here. That's what I'm doing. All right.
I'd like to see Jamaica do better than Mexico.
I would too. So maybe this is a bias, but it's also the worst Mexican team we've ever seen in our lifetimes. And I just have no faith in them anymore.
They just barely lost to Brazil. You don't think they can handle Jamaica?
Yeah, well.
Well, that's the thing, right? Mexico can go through all these games and they're sucking, but then they not necessarily the last World Cup by any means, but they tend to show up for when it really matters. At least eke by. And they always seem to battle well against the South American sides, generally speaking.
Not in the last World Cup, they didn't, though.
No. I said ignoring the last World Cup. But then how could you ignore the last World Cup? All the major tournaments they've been in, World Cup and then Nations League, they've failed.
Yeah. I have no faith in their manager. I have no faith in that team, which is a shame. They've got two players that I think are really, really awesome. Well, okay. One's really awesome. He plays for West Ham. The other one, who plays in Holland, has really done nothing for the next Mexican national team so far.
I like how Group C is too, actually.
I'd like it to be that way, yeah. But yeah,
I'm gonna play it serious.
I think Panama finished above Bolivia too.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Panamanians.
I think that looks about right.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. We may not need that coin flip, guys.
We might not, but we got one more group to go. We'll see.
No, that was Group C. This is Group D.
No, we will see. Group Dick. Brazil, Colombia. You know what?
The turd is busy tonight in the press conference because he has not showed up today.
Really?
He hasn't showed up on our chat yet.
He must be busy at the game right now.
Yeah.
I know Tax there. Tax there supporting Canada tonight.
Ooh, he's supporting the rude Canadians, huh?
He is, because, one thing you can count on
Argentina, right?
Yes, is to be anti-Argentina for sure. Brett, I'm going to go with Colombia above Brazil. I think that they're on a hot streak. What is it, 23 games in a row? They haven't lost. They looked a whole lot better than.
Quite frankly, I think both teams are going to be. It all comes down to the head-to-head, right?
Yeah.
Personally, I think. I'm not saying that 100% going to be that way. Things can always change, but one would imagine.
If they tie, then it'll come down to goals scored versus Costa Rica and Paraguay between the two. Paraguay's definitely coming in last. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Although, didn't they just beat Panama 1-0? I think they did in a friendly. I don't know what that counts for, but I don't know. It's up to you, Brett. Colombia or Brazil first? Or you flip a coin.
Let's take a look at the chat, see if the chat has an idea. It could be either. It's just going to come down to who plays better in that game for the most part.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's flip it.
Heads Brazil, tails Colombia. Now, this is just for our pick. And if the chat goes against it, we'll go with the chat. So heads Brazil.
It's Brazil. Okay.
So just like that. Anybody in the chat want to disagree?
I see a lot of Colombia in the chat, by the way.
You do.
I've seen a couple. Don't worry.
People talking about Colombia red hot.
I like Colombia. I'm with Derek.
Yeah.
Tails, says Alex Cabin.
That's great, Colombia. Okay.
We'll put Colombia up there.
This is how it's going to go. Heads, it's our coin flip. Tails, it's the chat. Okay. Well, now. Yeah, let's go with that. I know that the chat is predominantly all Colombia at this point.
But I was Colombia too.
Yeah. All right, technically we won, but I'm going to go with the chat on this. Okay.
Okay, let's go with us and
everybody. It is Chat rules.
Yes,
100%.
chat rules.
I
Yep.
mean, if there was some form of back and forth between Brazil and Colombia in the chat, then I'd be like, okay, maybe we should flip that. But I'm happy with going with the chat on that one.
Yeah, we're getting. By the way, if you want to start syncing up right now, you should be seeing the Canadians and the Argentinians walking
all
out.
on Messi, Jimmy Conrad. Is this what you're seeing right here?
Yeah, hopefully we don't get binged by this, but yeah,
it was for 2 seconds. 2 seconds, we're good.
It's right. I think it was under 8, so I think we're good. But yeah, they should be walking out onto the pitch. We will give you a countdown on when our broadcast starts. This is not, however, being showed on multiple streams. This is just on FS1, so we should all relatively be close. One would think.
Fingers crossed.
One would think.
Okay, so Argentina over Jamaica, correct?
Yes.
Ecuador and Canada.
Ecuador. In the end, I
know. Tact picked Canada to go like the semis, but
yeah, I know. I don't know if I can put Canada above Ecuador though.
But they're like the wild card, right? In this
Yeah.
tournament, you don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
New manager. They've got some talented players. A lot of good strikers. Davies is playing out left back again. I don't know.
It's Jesse. Can Jesse pull something amazing off? You want to go with Canada? What do you think?
No, my initial thought was Ecuador.
Okay. All right. We'll stick with Ecuador then. Uruguay versus Brazil. Wow. I think we may have to flip a coin on this one for me.
So I'm leaning Brazil. So, okay.
Let's do chat real quick.
Okay.
Uruguay against Brazil. Quickly. What do you guys think? Uruguay or Brazil in this one?
Gio Reyna says Canada can surprise people, though. And I agree. They're the wild card.
So we got one Brazil so far. Brazil 2.
We have one Uruguay, 2 Brazil. Now it's 50-50. Nope. No, never mind. It's 50-50. Now it's 3-2 Uruguay. Brazil,
all right.
Brazil.
10 more.
It's flip.
10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7. Get your vote in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's like tied.
It is pretty much tied on the chat.
All right.
Okay, Derek, you pick who's heads, who's tails.
Uruguay heads.
Uruguay.
Let's flip it.
I didn't flip very fast.
Tails. So
right.
Brazil.
Brazil takes
We're
it.
Going Brazil.
I knew I was right to begin with. USA, Colombia. Now, are we going to be realistic or are we going to be homers?
Realistically, we do have a chance,
Sure.
right? If we play pragmatic and we sit back a little more and play that low block and hit on quick counters or quick transition, not necessarily a counter, but a transition that's fast, and we don't dick around with it in the back.
Let's not be homers. Do we really have confidence that Greg has learned his lesson? Maybe. But even if we do play pragmatically, I'm going to go realistic. I'm saying Colombia, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's Colombia. Who am I fooling? I can't. I
and
can't even fool myself into this one.
The ski says USA because of freedom.
Freedom. It's also
I'm going realistic, unfortunately, here. All of CONCACAF has been bowed out in the quarters.
Yeah.
Shame.
All right.
Semi's coming up. Argentina versus Ecuador.
I'm going to go Argentina.
I'm going with Argentina.
And here's I'm going Colombia.
We're back to facing each other again, huh?
I'm going Colombia. I think they're just too hot. They just recently, didn't they just recently? How long ago was that?
You guys. Oh, I don't know.
It was not that long ago.
You guys just voted Colombia over Brazil in the group stages. Do you think Brazil's
Uruguay? They voted Brazil over Uruguay in
the group stages. No, you're right. Wait, who's right now?
Oh, in the group stage, you're right.
The group stage, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see, we have Colombia in the finals too. Let's see who we got in the chat. Anybody else in the chat? This is where Colombia bows out, Derek. That's what Gio says. So we're 50-50 again.
Mm-hmm.
Weird religious propaganda. I'm not sure who that's. Oh, the Jesus prayer. That's what it is. We still Colombia. Colombia's hotter. The chat seems to be leaning Colombia, even though you're going to take Brazil twice in this tournament. It's a tall order, but it could happen.
Could, yeah. All right. Colombia it is. They are hotter.
Fine, let's roll with it.
There's no doubt about that. Okay.
Colombia versus Argentina.
You know, this is where Colombia finally fizzles out, I think. I think it'll be a battle. But in the end, I think Argentina wins it.
Alex Gavin says Argentina and Brazil to get that big payday. That's who he thinks is going to be in the finals.
Could be.
A lot of final.
Yeah, some of this is coin flips at this point. It's just like who came out of the locker room ready to go, you know?
Mm-hmm. Real quick to see where we're at. Commercial break. Cool.
They're doing the Canadian national anthem right now on mine.
Mine apparently has stopped, so whoop. We had to play again for whatever reason. Hey, look, they're on the Canadian national anthem. That's right.
You should be seeing Davies right now. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta switch it up.
We could actually be synced up.
We might be. We're both on FS1, so we would hope.
I guess we'll figure out who has the faster internet, right?
It's gonna be me. I have the faster internet. I've got Metronet. I got gigabyte speed.
I got Xfinity. I got gigabyte speed too.
No, you don't.
Underneath, below gigabyte speed.
You might have a couple 100 meg.
Okay.
But Xfinity is notorious for dragging their feet on upgrading.
Yeah.
Hey, you know that 50 that 60 megabytes per second you're getting is pretty damn good. I know you can get a gigabyte with this internet service provider over here, but fuck it.
You know, I'm going to pick Argentina, but won't it be funny if we pick Argentina right now and they lose tonight?
Yeah. I'm not humble bragging. I am just flat out bragging. Generally speaking, I am pretty humble.
About his Wi-Fi. Yeah, I guess. Oh, you got to brag about something sometimes. All right. Yeah, I'm going with Argentina, Brett. Lay.
I don't know.
My big
I'm just to leave it up to the chat one more time. I'm going with Colombia.
Okay, well then we got to flip on it.
We're gonna leave it to the chat, and then we'll flip.
Okay.
All right. Chat's the third man here.
All right, chat. What you got? Argentina or Colombia in the final?
Waiting for it to catch up here.
Derek, why don't you have any faith in me cooking these drug lords?
USA versus Colombia.
Only in the U.S.
If there was anybody, Gio, if there was only anybody, it'd be you. We got Argentina, one up. Let's go, chat. Let's get busy on this. Otherwise, Lex won for Argentina. Argentina's Messi, so I'm going with them. There's Timothy Park.
That's 2-0. I'm going to start a countdown.
There's Colombia, so that's 2-1. Then it's 3-1. Then 3-2.
Somebody said there's a way we could put a time up on this in a corner somewhere of the game, so we don't have to keep telling people how to sync. Like I don't know.
Is anybody else doing that? Is Attack doing that? Because if he is, then we can ask him.
I don't know. We could get a physical clock and put it up there behind you somehow.
All right. It looks like more people are picking Argentina.
Okay, Argentina
wins it in a landslide.
All right. Who cares about the bronze game? Nobody. The teams don't even care about the bronze game. They'll play their second squad. Ask Pete, Derek, about what? What am I missing here? I think Pete's in Chicago right now, actually.
USA.
What is this?
This is our pie chart.
Oh, our pie chart.
USA loses to Colombia. Colombia beats Brazil, and then Colombia loses to Argentina.
Okay. I didn't know Foot Mob did pie charts like this.
They like pie.
Fat Mob. Not foot mob, fot mob. I mean, that's how it's spelled, right? But it is potato. It's like, did you know the English call fillets fillets? Fillets?
Yes. Well, I've heard many people say fillets before.
What I don't understand is when the Normans conquered England and brought French to England, how did they not pick up on the word fillet? Like, that's a French fucking word, man. How is it that the Americans say fillet, but the English say fillet? We were never invaded by France or the Normans. How do we say fillet and they say fillets? I don't get it, Brett.
We're playing.
Oh, shit. We are
10
playing.
seconds then. 11 seconds. Oh, I can't see it now.
I can't
14,
either. 15,
16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
You're exactly 2 seconds ahead of me.
Don't
know if you can pause or what, but you're exactly 2 seconds ahead.
32.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
There you are. You're back.
I'm at 41, 42, 43, 44.
Let me
45.
count mine and you can count because you're ahead of me.
Go for it.
44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58.
I keep getting further and further ahead of you. I
59,
can't pause this shit. There's no backwards. There's no nothing. I can't do this. I'm at 108, 109, 110.
Yeah, now you're 4 seconds ahead. What the fuck is going on? All right. Well, it's not horrible, right? It could be worse. Still 4 seconds sucks. And I can't fast forward, obviously.
What are you
at? 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125.
130.
Yeah, you're 3 seconds ahead of me.
All right, well, it is what it is. I can't stop, so.
Yeah. All right. We can live with that.
FS1 on online is just slightly ahead of, I'm guessing, your FS1 app on your TV.
Yeah, it's on my TV. Yep. There's Jesse.
My internet is better than yours.
Yes, it is by three whole seconds.
Oh no! All right, I won't spoil anything really. We can just talk about the game as it's happening. So, I mean, you'll talk about the game and I'll chime in, I guess. That's a gap and a half, man. You can cover like 25, 30 yards at that point.
That is true. But it's not as bad as the other ones, like where you're a minute ahead of me.
That's fair, but I'm also able to pause the other ones.
Yeah. It's weird that you can't pause it.
Elfinity, Derek.
Yeah. That loser Xfinity, that's for sure.
Alex Martinez is the same with me. That's nice.
If I did it on my laptop, my other laptop, I probably would be exactly on time. But all right, we're going to stick with this. I'm only 3 seconds, 2 to 3 seconds behind. Right now, Canada's playing, on the front foot so far. And Jesse looks really calm on the bench. He's not even on the sidelines.
It's early.
He's sitting in the dugouts. Well, Greg's always on the sideline from the beginning of the game to the end of the game.
I mean, Greg's a micromanager. I'm not sure how micro Jesse is outside of saying, "Hey, do the shit I'm telling you to do." But he's aggressive and he's out there. But Greg always seems to be micromanaging shit. So
somebody once said, "The more micro your penis is, the more micromanager you are."
I believe Einstein said that.
Was that Einstein?
I think so. Yeah.
All right.
I think I recall it. Yeah.
All right. So right now we got Martinez and Romero kicking around the back.
Maybe it depends on who you're synced up with. Yeah.
I wish
Untouchable says I wish Alex Morgan was here because I said Alex Morgan and I corrected to Alex Martinez.
I used to think that about Alex Morgan. More I know about her, the less excited I am about her. She does not have kind of missing a chin? She's kind of a chinless person. She's still good looking, don't get me wrong. I don't know if she'd be my type though.
Yeah, we've seen your types, Derek.
Yes, you
I
have.
don't know. She doesn't have a prominent pointy chin or anything like that, but it's there.
Yeah, okay.
It really depends on the photo you're looking at, man. Some of the photos, it just sort of blends in with her neck. I mean, if the shadows are right.
You know,
But
I had
any profile, you could it's prominence there.
I once, remember when D-Rec had a crush on Hope Solo?
Yeah, sure.
And then he saw the photos?
And then he really had a crush, yeah.
No, then he was like, I think I will pass.
It's been a decade and some change, man. I may have to go back and verify this.
Got to have a pointy chin on a woman? Like a witch?
Yeah, like a witch. She's the witch. Untouchables does say she's got a nice tush. Can't argue with that.
Oh yeah, she's got a great body. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, she's fit as AF, so.
Oh yeah, she's fit.
I don't know why I censored myself there, but
she is fit as shit.
Shit.
All right, so far Canada hanging in there. Obviously we're only 5 minutes in. They don't look that nervous. They look like they want to play on the front foot. They're definitely playing out of the back, although that's a horrible pass.
Yeah, I don't know. They just, Argentina has the control so far, and Canada is pressing, so that's good.
Yeah,
although they're not playing Jesse press though.
No, they're not.
Maybe they'll work into it though. Who knows?
They might. Right now, kind of sitting in a mid block.
Maybe feeling it out.
Definitely a 4-4-2 for Jesse.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Which, you know what, already beats Berhalter. Because
two strikers is crazy talk. I want to hear it.
Berhalter will only in a massive panic will he play two strikers.
Oh, that's when we need a goal at the very end of the game. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. But yeah, he starts off with Laren and David up top. I think that's smart. They're both great players. But a 4-4-2 is manageable as well, especially if you're a new manager. It's a lot easier
to Davies open up in that end. Geez.
It's a lot easier to figure out how to set up your team and get your tactics straightened out in a 4-4-2 because everybody knows what their role is in a 4-4-2. Like, it's not complicated. It's just not complicated. A 4-4-2 is like dummies can play 4-4-2s. So this is really smart on Jesse Marsch's part. In a 4-4-2, everybody knows what their job is across both lines of four. And then you're just hoping that the two attackers give you something, juicy on the end. Here we go.
Corner.
Buchanan inside. Good attempt. Corner kick.
I guess keep it on the left side and see what Davies can do. I mean, what space? Because it looked like so far what I've seen is that right side has pinched in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's leaving that entire left sideline for Davies to run up and down.
I mean, if there is a weakness, and there are more than one on this Argentina team, you would think it'd be the backs.
Oh, come on. You do better than that.
Finish!
No.
Blocked.
Oh,
blocked.
No.
Oh, no. Get back!
Back!
Get back! Get on that, Crapeau. Yes, good save.
Yep. I didn't want to get too much into it for you, but
Messi. Oh my God, that was shit in your pants time, and Canada survives it.
Mm-hmm.
Nearly dumped a load in the drawers there.
Ooh.
Man, you can't give that up off a corner, dude. All right.
It was a failure to shoot when you had the opportunity. He took an extra touch, and that fucked him.
Yep.
He's on, but didn't matter. He didn't connect.
He's offsides. Oh, he's on.
He was on.
Yep, he was on. It was the other guy that was offsides, and he didn't get the pass.
Nope.
What? Davies just giving the ball away. Here, have it. What was that?
Yeah, are you back up to me now? I made 51, 52, 53.
I'm still 3 seconds behind.
Oh, you said that, and I was like, he just happened. So is he caught up somehow?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm at 9, 901, 902, 903, 904.
3 or 4 seconds, yeah.
Yep.
The hell is that? Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Oh, boy. Okay, Argentina opening up the game a little bit. Canadians got back into their 4-4 block. Laren and
Colin
David.
says the game is at 8:45. Only if you started 30 minutes late.
Yeah.
40 minutes late.
I don't know what game you're watching, homie. You're about a minute behind practically. Oh, sugar. Messi almost finished.
Yeah. Indiana must be ahead. Yeah. It's possible, I guess.
One of the rare times we're ahead.
Yeah, exactly. One of the few times you can say that, right?
Yeah. You ever hear that song? Indiana wants me, but I can't go back there.
USA jersey?
I don't know.
Weird. I thought I saw a kid in a USA jersey.
Could be.
I mean, I guess if you live in the area,
you got tickets to multiple games. Sure.
Yeah, might as well, I guess.
You're there to watch Messi, but you're a USA fan.
Could be.
We'll see if Tack is there. We can see him or find him in the crowd.
USSF has gone out and said, "Hey guys, he's sitting in this seat. Do not put a camera on him."
Probably, because he's also going to be wearing our T-shirt.
Colin is saying that it's at 9:50 in Cali. 9:50 in Cali?
Jesus, you guys are way behind. You're 40 seconds behind the game. That's nuts.
40 minutes. You mean 40 minutes, but at 9:50 in Cali would be like 4 hours because it's 8:17 right now in Indy.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm at a loss of what we're talking about here.
Me too.
The ski says drinking Jameson Black Barrel, hanging out with my freaking boys. Why can't I say the F word?
It won't let you say the F word in a super chat? That's weird. Hey,
don't worry. We know that you said fucking in spirit.
We'll fill it in for you. The ski, thank you for the $5, brother. We appreciate it.
Well, that's tricky. Yep. We got Brian V here for $2. He says, who's better in Copa, Jesse or Greg? Well,
Jesse's going to outperform Greg.
I'm hoping Greg outperforms Jesse.
But it's not going to happen.
Well,
Jesse is more pragmatic. He's just smarter.
I guess in fairness, we had them going to the same spot in Copa in our predictions. So who knows?
I think they'll perform better is what I'm saying.
That's fair.
I think the games are going to be better for Canada. I think they're going to be like this game so far. I know we're only 12 minutes into the game almost. Canada's looked all right. They gave up one horrendous giveaway and breakaway.
It's gonna come back. It's gonna come though. I mean, those chances are gonna happen again. Is a problem. They're gonna push up, especially like on set pieces, and they're gonna get hit on the counter, and they're gonna get bit soon.
Right now, they're too spread out. To be honest with you, I know they have possession, but boy, if they lose the ball possession right now, they are vulnerable. Okay, they managed to squeeze out of all that. Now they get it wide out to Davies. What's Davies going to do with it? This can't be your only plan, though. And Davies got to quit trying to be Superman. Quit trying to be...
He's the Canadian Pulisic right now, huh?
He's trying too hard. You're not going to dribble through 3 Argentinian defenders, dude.
He's doing hero ball, huh?
Hero ball. Stop with the hero ball. You don't need to. There are other good players on this team. You got players from Celtic on this team. Porto. Okay. Inter. Lille. Mallorca. Come on.
But I mean, the biggest strength that Canada has is their chemistry of working together.
Yes.
I mean, they didn't control Mexico and US in the qualifiers based off of their sheer skill and ability.
Right.
Quite the contrary, we had possession in both home and away. They sat back and they countered. They played as a unit. So that's their defining talent. Regardless of where their players are playing, they play as a team.
I mean,
they did at least under the previous management.
This midfield is playing way high. The center backs are playing a really high line right now. Like there is space if Argentina can find it behind the center backs right now. Okay, one guy just tried to make a run down the right side, but no one saw him. But there is space behind this back four because it's so compact. It's a mid to high block.
Leave.
Oh boy. Wow, that was almost a shot on goal there by Luckily, the goalkeeper was wide awake.
I was always a running gag whenever we're playing. I was playing Pro Evolution with my brother and stuff. With the ball would always get passed back to the goalkeeper. Of course, it's a video game, and we yell out, "Leave!" And they never left it. One of those days, it'll happen.
Well, let's see how far the Canadian line drops back this
Gio
time.
Reyna wants keep being Superman, Davies.
Boy, I don't like how high the center backs are. I really don't.
No, they're gonna get bit. It's gonna get bit soon.
Yeah, it is.
There's currently 163 people watching us on Twitter and on YouTube. Thank you. We appreciate everything. Make sure you hit that like if you're on the YouTubes. Comment on the Twitters. And if you haven't followed us yet, follow us on Twitter.
Apparently, you can make comments on YouTube from Twitter.
That's what I've noticed that last chat that there were people with the YouTube symbol.
Yeah,
the people with the Twitter symbol. So maybe you can. Maybe if you comment on the Twitter, on the Twitter. On the Xer. If you comment on the Twitter.
All right, boomer.
I know exactly. Pull the boomer, damn it. Not that old. Neither is Derek, though.
Oh, man.
Derek is Gen X, if you don't know.
I am Gen X. I should have sent you this joke I sent to Lexi yesterday. Shit was funny. He said something like, it's hard to rhyme with something with Albania. And I said, after a long night with Peggy in the morning, I got home and was absolutely sure I had a bad case of glabania. I immediately made an appointment with my doctor. And he said, haven't we all? All right. Oh, foul outside the box.
Yep.
Is that on Eustachio, I think? I can't tell.
Now we're watching a replay of the breakaway. They had like 40 minutes ago.
Listen, Messi was open. He could have fed Messi here, Di Maria.
He saved that with his dick, man.
This is right thigh.
Well, you don't know which way he's hanging.
Unless his cock and package go all the way down to his right thigh. I don't know. If you do, you got to tape that down, though.
He's not micromanaging. That's all I can tell.
No. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, there it is. Let's go.
Oh,
you're just getting opened up. Not saying he scored or anything like that. I'm just saying he got opened up.
Yep. But this is what happens when you play that high-ass back line, man. The center backs are playing too close to the midfield. Too close to the midfield. They're too close to each other.
Defense is breakdancing, man. They're spinning on their heads.
It's too easy to pass through two lines.
See, Gio sees it, man. That was a cock save.
You want to be compact, but not that compact. Makes it too easy.
What's happening, Jacob Ramirez? He goes, oh, shit. What's up, y'all?
What's up? What's up? Remember those commercials?
Yeah, early 2000s.
Bud Light?
It was Budweiser.
Okay.
Yeah, Bud. No, wait. It was still Budweiser, but it wasn't the Budweiser frogs. It was just a what's up?
Right. They call
Some
each
of the most
other
annoying
on the phone.
fucking commercials ever.
It was pretty annoying.
Ooh.
So we got Davies pushed all the way up and a freaking Miller practically playing left midfielder here because of that. That's a nice move.
Untouchable says Cock and Package should be the name of a band.
Cock and Package. It's kind of redundant.
Why isn't there like a Twig and Giggleberries? That should be the name of a band.
It is a little redundant because cock is part of the package in total. You got your cock and balls.
You get it twice with them, apparently.
Wasn't that a skit that the guy from SNL did? Oh, shit. The guy who sang about Hanukkah.
Adam Sandler?
Yeah. He did a whole skit
Derek,
on
you created an entire fictional character based off of Adam Sandler, and you're sitting there wondering what his name was?
Yeah, I know. My memory's shot. I love Adam Sandler's old goat stuff. That was great. Hey, goat, how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing fucking great, sitting here on the goddamn back of this trailer, tied to it like a farm animal. You want me to untie you? Hell yes. Let me loose. All right. Hey, man, you weren't lying. There really is a thing such as a talking goat. Dude, I told you I wasn't making it up. Yeah, I talk. So what? What's the big deal? All right. So we got Argentina just sort of dibble-dabbling around the midfield, and then we've got it down the line because Davies was caught up the field, but Canada survived once again. Cornelius with the save.
I took a sheer second away to start prepping things for the halftime show, and you're like, "Oh, and they can't do that!" I'm like, "Oh shit! Did I just miss a goal because I'm 3 seconds ahead of you? I should have celebrated beforehand."
Yeah, we already said R.I.P. to Donald Sutherland in so many great movies. So many.
Quite the list of movies he's been a part of. Yeah, and that's it's a shame. We're gonna start losing a lot of quality actors, and there's just nobody to follow behind them.
What was that?
We've got a shit list of new actors coming up. What
was that war movie? Hogan's Heroes. No. It was a war movie with Clint Eastwood. And he's like a tanker in it. He's a tanker in that movie. It's famous is because they're the war's coming to an end, but they hear about, I think, a German German, not a bank, but sort of a hidden supply of gold the Germans have hidden away in this building.
And Michael says Hamburger Hill?
No.
Oh, that's all right. Any from a tanker movie that I can think of.
Kelly's Heroes. That's it.
There it is.
Kelly's Heroes. Well done, Matt M. What a great movie. That's such a fun movie.
Wow. Gio says the last movie he watched was Moneyball, so that was about a decade ago.
Holy Christ.
Even Derek's got you up on that one, man.
Jeez, I've seen most of the latest movies. I just recently watched Oppenheimer.
There's not been a lot of great movies, so.
No, that's true. But I did try to see the good ones. I just having a hard time swallowing it and watching Barbie yet, even though that was big when Oppenheimer was big.
The movie is not that great. I mean, there's moments, but I mean, quite frankly, Ryan Gosling steals the show.
Isn't he Ken?
He's Ken, yeah.
I heard he gets treated like shit in that movie.
Sure, well, of course.
All he wants is to be accepted.
Barbie friend zones him, and he wants not friend zoned.
Right. Well, I'm just saying,
Well, you got to remember with the Barbie movie that the movie itself is in the mindset. Barbie world is in the mindset of an 8-year-old girl. And 8-year-old girls aren't looking at boys going, "Ooh, I can't wait to, take him out on a date."
Huh.
So they're just saying, like, hey, we're gonna dress up, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and so I don't know.
My first girlfriend was when I was 9 and she was 9. Holly Peterson.
Thank goodness you followed up with it. I was 9.
3rd grade.
Yeah,
I think it was. No.
Technically true on my front too. It's 3rd grade for me, but that wasn't much of a relationship, and we didn't go on any form of dates or anything like that. Because
I was in 4th.
Fucking third graders.
I was in 4th. She was in 3rd, I think. I was in 4th.
Hey, I'm going to Chuck E. Cheese this weekend. You want to come with me?
We were the same age.
We can go to the ball pit.
We liked hanging out at the creek. And catching crayfish and putting them in the buckets.
Yeah, fair enough. Hey, you found a winner and you let her go?
Yeah, she embarrassed me. I was playing basketball with the guys.
And she dunked on you?
No,
she came nut shot right in the face. Is that what you're saying?
No, she came out of her place, on the base. There were apartments. She came out to the basketball court.
Soul patch, man.
Basketball
was a soul patch.
She came out to the basketball court dressed in a what looked like to me to be a wedding dress. And she asked me to marry her. And I was like, "You're embarrassing me in front of the boys." I didn't break up with her because of that, but
Really, you turn around like, "Bitches be crazy," am I right?
No, the guys were making fun of me. Derek got a girlfriend. Derek got a girlfriend. You know how that goes. It's like, yeah, because I'm not gay. Okay, that's what I told them. Jesus,
I love how we're having this conversation about Derek's 3rd grade relationship, and the chat is still saying like, yeah, I got rude Canadians, man, Argentina, and man, they're dirty, and nobody's like reacting to. Oh man, she embarrassed me in front of the boys.
Well, I'm sure they're busy watching the game. They don't have time for this shit.
That's fair. I mean, it's fair and all.
But right now we're at 24-49, 24-50.
31.
What?
24-33.
You're way behind me now?
No, what are you at? No, you're not at the same. No, what are you at?
25, 25-01, 25-02, 25-04, 25-06. What? Why is the time going by 2 seconds at a time? 25-10, 25-11.
15, 16. So, well, that was weird.
That was so fucking weird. It's like there was a time warp there for a second.
Derek, your conversation of a 3rd grade relationship put my stream to sleep.
Well, just to be fair, she was in 3rd grade. I was in 4th, but we were the same age. Because I was always a grade ahead. August 1st was like the borderline. So I was always the youngest person in my class.
Quite the opposite for me on August 17th, and I was always the oldest.
Like you just missed the cutoff line.
No. My parents decided, just like I'm doing with Charlie. So Charlie's birthday is the 21st of June.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm holding her back until she's going to be 6 going into kindergarten. I'd prefer her to be older than be the youngest in the class.
Believe me, dude, I was always a year behind everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, to think I could have played high school soccer at age 18 or played high school tennis at age 18, but no, my senior year, I was 17 years old. So.
Gunnar Stoltz, nice reference to Mighty Ducks 2 there. Gunnar Stahl, awesome. At least I think it's what you're doing there. Canada having too many giveaways. Yep.
Wow, I mean, that's just a horrible pass. I don't even know who was that. Kone? It's just like, here, have the ball. Here, center back, have the ball. Now we got Messi working out wide. Great look.
Oh,
great
no.
look. Oh, yeah. Crap, clear.
There you go. It is Gunnar Stahl. Yeah, seriously, it's a Mighty Ducks 2 reference, is it not?
Okay, come on. Oh, my God. That's a foul on Laren. Where's that, David? Getting all
good Lord.
Getting all European on his name. Getting all French. I mean, you'd think his name would be
reference. We got the Bash brothers are in chat. Yeah, nice. Can't think of Colton. Is it Colton? I can't think of their names in that movie.
Canada on the attack. All right. We got Buchanan holding it up in the corner, but he just gave it away. He's just like, here, have it.
Here, nice passing going on there. Jeez.
Here, have the ball. What the is that?
The
Kone's doing it. Everybody's just here, have the ball. Foot race.
Jacob Ramirez wants to know who we're all going for.
Canada.
I'd like to see Canada win because who wants to root for Argentina, really?
I just want to see Jesse Marsch stick it to U.S. Soccer since they fucked him over big time.
Yeah.
They lied to him.
And in fairness, though, Derek, you weren't the biggest proponent for Marsch either.
I don't care. I'd rather have Marsch than Jesse. I mean, than Greg. It's not by much. But
yeah, I was gonna say it must be minimal because we talked about this ad nauseum. So, but yeah, no, it's while we were saying like we don't want another systems guy in check here. The way that from what Eric Ronaldo said and what Tax said that from his inside sources said, the way that U.S. Soccer screwed Marsch over.
Diego said it too.
Is dick? Yeah, Diego said it too. Yeah, is really a dick move.
Yeah.
Now I'm not saying that he would have made us a better team by any means. I'm not saying that, but
it would have been different. And at this point, different's good. Oh, that did go off a hand, but totally on accident. Can't call that.
Argentina's been holding 66% of the our possession.
Damn it, Miller. Miller's an idiot. Wake up, mother girl. There are people around you. When you get the ball, have a plan, stupid. All right. Well, that's
Miller just
Davies
nice
just
hold.
blowing by everybody. Kick it. Oh no, you missed. You can't.
The Inter Milan winger shagged it wide.
God, that's what happens when you're that right-footed, right?
Left-footed. Oh, is he
No,
right-footed?
He's right-footed. Look at that horrible left. That was the worst left foot.
It was not a great left-footed shot, but that way. But you know what? Got to give him props for trying. You know, right?
What the hell are you doing? But I know the ball was spinning in a weird way. I saw it just spinning on the ground like a. You know.
Oh, geez. Oh, never mind. He's got back.
Jesse's girl. Jesse's girl.
That's all I know.
No. How did you find a woman like that?
That's right. There you go. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
His only hit.
Yeah, it's Prevalent. No, I don't know what Argentina's up to right now.
All right, head it out. Go get it, Miller. Go get it, Miller. He keeps it in.
He makes because it's Jesse's team.
Jesse's team. How can I find a manager like that? All right, I'll take it. Even if it's a small improvement, I would have taken it. And by the way, you know, so far I've not agreed with Jesse's setup here and the way he's tactically set up. This is too open. This is too easy for Canada to get hung out to dry. They need to be more compact.
We talked earlier about it that this was the right line, the right formation setup, but they are spreading themselves out like crazy.
Oh my God!
Looking at the team attacking, it's not a standard 4-2-2. It looks like a 4-4-2. Let me rephrase that.
I mean, listen, I understand you want to spread out a little on offense, but you got to be cognizant of the fact that you're going to be really open on defense if you lose possession.
Oh,
all right, here we go. Oh, Davies!
Oh,
Davies! Oh my God, finish it! No, what's going on? How do you miss that? How do you miss? Oh
my goodness!
Over the
they had their chances. That was really good. That was a really good ball by Canada.
Quite impressive so far from Canada on the offensive end. Scary on defense so far.
Yep, Argentina caught sleeping in the defense against Davies.
This is basically Canada coming out and saying, "Hey, we're going to play you straight up, head to head.
Yeah.
We're not going to box it up, baby."
Johnny wants to know if Jesse's getting paid. He's getting paid by all three MLS teams, and from what we talked about when we talked about all the CONCACAF salaries. Not CONCACAF. All the Copa America coaches' salaries. I don't know if you mentioned it or if Diego mentioned it, but the rumor was that Jesse's getting paid more than Greg Berhalter right now.
Yeah, the rumor is somewhere around $3 million.
Yeah.
That's the rumor I hear.
So it must have been you, yeah.
So it's about $800,000 more than Greg's making a year.
He's like, fuck you, that's right.
But for whatever reason, they're going to have to reveal it eventually because they're a nonprofit. You have to reveal the salaries of your staff.
But if quote unquote the Canadian Federation doesn't actually pay for it, do they have to reveal it?
That's a good question, but
I think like a bonus under the table. Here's $3 million.
I don't think that's how it worked. I think that those MLS guys donated that money to Canadian Soccer Federation so they could pay Jesse's salary. And if that's the case, which is what I believe it was, they will have to reveal what Jesse's salary is in their annual report. Question is, I don't know when that's coming out.
Gotcha.
Annual reports, every nonprofit has to do that at a certain time per year in the United States, but I don't know if it's the same for Canada. I don't know when they have to put out their annual report.
Are we familiar if the $3 million reported is $3 million American or $3 million Canadian?
Also not sure.
Because that could be like 1/4 of what Greg's making. Turtle wants to know if Tact has been spotted. He has not been. They haven't really shown too many males in the audience. They've shown some of the females dancing with some males, but that's about it.
Which is too bad, since reportedly he's going to wear a shirt tonight. I I'd like to see him out there with our shirt.
Yeah, first one out of game to wear our shirt, like visually at least.
Yeah, we've had people send us pictures of themselves at games wearing our shirt. By the way, if you don't have a shirt, a straight red card shirt, like so, you can get one in the link below.
All right.
Right. All right. We got a corner kick, Argentina. We got Messi out to the midfield, then back to the midfield, and they're just going to kind of exchange places here. Kick the ball back. Now we're kicking back further. Yes, that wing's been open all game versus Canada. All game, that right side.
Where's Davies? I didn't see Miller was back there. Where's Davies at?
Yeah, it's like Miller's covering for Davies.
Davies is a pinched in way into the center.
All right, so they're out of the corner formation, so Davies back to his left side, but this is just a little too open.
Wrong page.
It's a little too open, but they get it. Now they got to do quick transition. That was
just dumb. What are you doing?
What the fuck is that pass? What an idiot! Is that Kone again? Way
to censor yourself.
He's got a brick for a foot. The kind of pass is pass it on the ground, idiot. What an idiot. I believe that was Kone. I can't tell. Making that stupid ass pass in the air when all you had to do was kick it on the ground. Dude's wide open. You blast it over his fucking head. A genius. All right, Messi taking the corner. Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada. You're lucky to have Jesse Marsch. Okay. Oh, Davies, you just blew that one. Oh, my God. Canada's so exposed. Kone just goes in and hacks a guy down. All right, let's go. Nope. I was going to say, let's go on the counter. Tonight, yes, we are rooting for Canada. Sorry if you were rooting for someone else. That's on you.
Underdog mentality here at this point, really.
Yes, underdog. Plus Jesse Marsch. Going to support the American coach. Even if he wouldn't have been that much of an improvement over Greg, he would have still been an improvement. Well, back to that. This is the thing. This block of 4-4 is so tight. The wings are so open for a switch field, and they've been killing Canada all night on that switch field. All night.
Derek, in reference to a word you almost said on the air, Untouchables thinks the R word is coming back.
It could be.
It's been become more prevalent on many a live stream that I've seen. So,
well, listen. If I use that word, it's not invoking people, because you can have a retarded flame, right?
Sure. Oh my goodness!
Look at that high ass! That high ass block is going to get so exposed in the back, and it almost
the keeper is open. Yeah,
there were 3 guys all making the same run behind that high ass back line. Come on, Jesse, get practical, dumbass. This is not practical. Either the midfielder's got to move up a little, or the back line's got to move back a little. They're
gonna get caught. Yeah.
It's too tight, man. You might as well just have a row of 8 there, for Christ's sake.
Nice
good steal by Kone. Here we go.
Canada there, yeah. That's 3 Canadians marking him, though.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. 3 Argentinians marking him, though.
Including Messi. Johnston, one of CCV's teammates, with the throw in, and it's a mess. And now the counter is on. Because
counters on.
They're playing loose. They're playing loose with the ball.
Oh, whoa. Come on. You got to do better than that.
Wow, McAllister.
Oof.
Right to Crepo.
The ski for $5 says, to be fair, I'd rather lose like this than watch Berhalter ball.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. It's just really scary. It's like living on the edge. You're living on the edge.
Yeah, there you are.
I mean, this is really scary the way Canada are just leaving themselves so wide open for counters out wide because they're so utterly compact. Does remind you a little of Leeds, doesn't it? It does. Because Leeds were so compact and tight. The wings were always just sucker punched on the counter.
Daniel wants to know, so tell me why all these fake fans are being racist and flat out horrible to Weston on Instagram. But when I say, fuck the haters, stay up Weston, I get flagged by Instagram.
Because
it's a great question.
Instagram shit. That's why.
Yeah. What was that? Sorry. Yeah, I've got a number of quotes from Weston pulled up here. I gotta find all the shit he's going through as well.
We'll cover it at halftime. We will cover it at halftime.
I'm kind of pulling double duty here, trying to sort through my Twitter to find stuff to talk about at halftime, as well as
oh my God. Miller just got filleted. He's lucky
funny. It's funny because you mentioned that, but then he does a nice play. Hold on. Just make sure I'm not falling behind again. I'm at 40-39, 40-30, 40-40, 40-41.
We're exactly at the same time now. How did that happen?
I don't know what's happening here.
Must be my internet connection.
I don't know what. I think it's all on me at this point.
53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58.
We managed to sync up, Derek, somehow. I don't know how it's happening.
But now I'm at 4104. It just jumped. What?
4108, 4109, 4010.
We're the
11,
same. We're the
12.
same. We're the same. Yeah. That's good to know. All right.
Can't trust the Fox people, right?
I don't know. It could be internet connection. I mean, that is Acuna.
The time before, though, I was like, all of a sudden, it was like 30 seconds behind you. I don't even know what happened there. And I was watching this show, and I didn't notice any form of jump and skip by any means, but.
That's going to be a yellow card? No. Okay. All right. So Canada knows. I know going in the second half, they're going to have to tighten some of this up. And I don't know why Acuna's not playing off that back left side more. I don't know why he's so.
When you said that,
I don't know why he's playing so far back because that whole left side's wide open. He should be over there waving his hand. Look at me! I'm wide open. Switch fields. I'm wide open. Davies left out to dry again because he's so far up the pitch.
Miller caught back though. He covered him.
Yep. Yeah, Miller's basically playing left back practically.
Is it sort of like the Gio against Mexico style?
Yeah,
here?
It is.
But Miller's at least up in the attack from time to time, but I mean Davies is definitely up there.
This is good attack.
Whoa!
Finish it, Davies! Oh no! Oh,
I gotta say, in this first half, Canada probably has had the better of chances. Not saying that Argentina hasn't had their chances, but that was a wide open shot, man. You got to put that shit away. What was that by Davies?
That's Eustachio missing that fucking point blank header.
Yeah,
and then kicking air. Oh, Jesse, look at Jesse. Oh my God,
he's gonna go great watching that shit.
I can't believe Jesse's just saying, "F it, I'm going toe to toe with these guys. We're playing totally wide open." Look at Acuna right now on the bottom left, the bottom of your screen on the left side. He is so fucking wide open. If they play him a switch pass, even now he's wide open. They're like, yeah, we don't care about him. If you play him a switch fields pass in transition, he's cooked. I know they're going to figure this out in the second half, Argentina. This is dangerous.
They're going to break him. I mean, they're already breaking them down. It's just they've got to put their chances away.
Yep.
So it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Canada's got to put one of these away.
This is some very narrow lead shit that Canada's playing right now. And Messi's over the goal. Oh, he says, God damn it. My bad. My bad. Fucking A. Oh, man, that was a mile left. You don't see Messi miss him that bad, usually. But he leaned back. Let's see if Canada continue to play out of the back. Nope. They're finally saying, fuck that. We're going in the half tied, so we're just going to blast this one up the field. Smart. Going to halftime tied. Smart shit.
I mean, you say going into halftime tied, but they just had their opportunity.
Goal,
literally minutes ago. They could have been up 1-0 easy.
We missed a super chat, didn't we?
Oh, hold on. It's possible. I've been scouring the interwebs here. Johnny for $2 says Jesse's boyfriend's back and the U.S. is in trouble. Jesse's boyfriend's back. The U.S. is in trouble. I don't know. Does that really work?
Not really.
Yeah. I feel like it's missing a syllable or two in there somewhere.
He might be talking about one of the verses. I think he's singing the verse, not the chorus.
Maybe. It's possible. Thanks for $2, Johnny. Appreciate that.
Yeah, we do.
He flubbed it. He flubbed it.
Yep. Wow.
Right before halftime. No way.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
What a flub. What a flub by Alvarez.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God. He nearly broke his ankle, too, doing it. And Crapo was right there to save it. I mean, Crapo.
Oh, my goodness. You know what's funny is that I think Canada's probably had more possession in this game than they did against U.S. or Mexico in qualifiers.
Probably. I mean, this is ballsy.
Sweet halftime.
What a ballsy half played by Canada. Just saying, we're going toe-to-toe. We're playing a high back line. Our back four is going to be right up your butt. If you want to beat us over top or beat us between the lines, which Argentina nearly did several times. So this is just like, how long is it going to take to open the can? How many twists is it going to take on the can opener? Because I think it's coming if they don't tighten this shit up.
It's not a left-handed can opener. John 5 says, thanks for this. I'm on my way home from work. Can't wait to see the rest.
Yeah, it's been fun. That's for sure.
It's a different experience to be able to do a play-by-play for a team that you don't necessarily have like a connection to. Because I'm sitting here like, if I'm watching it, I'm also like scouring Twitter and stuff like that. Not necessarily like focusing on every single pass and every single movement like we do with the U.S. So it's a bit different for us, for me at least.
Right. Yeah. So I promised I'd comment on the England-Denmark game. Here's the saddest thing about that tie. England, better roster, obviously. English media all over England's balls.
Media can do that? Media must guzzle the balls, right? They must gargle them.
They gargle them. They guzzle them. They suck them.
Yeah.
All of that. Of course, England they're going to win the whole thing. Even though they haven't won shit. They've never won a Euro. They've won one World Cup. The roster certainly capable of winning the Euros. You got the English Greg Berhalter coaching your team. That jackass after the game says, well, we really don't have a way to replace Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips? That's your problem? Then you got more problems than anyone else can come up with. Because if you think that's your problem, then you're a broken ass manager. You are a broken dude. Because losing Calvin Phillips should not be a problem. That team is deep enough. Just figure it out. Set them up in a different way. Whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
But give me a break. Well, that's some crybaby ass shit.
We got some English fans coming out of the game talking about what they think of Southgate here.
Southgate is like
poor performance, to be honest. It's so boring. Sideways, just no attacking intent.
Do you think Gareth Southgate's got more out of them?
Yes, definitely. Should have made changes sooner.
Maybe we want the big players to take over, but they don't. Bellingham, unfortunately, was a little bit anonymous today, and I felt that.
A lot of this sounds eerily familiar.
Except we usually don't have dumbasses like that guy in the background. It's like, dude, I'm doing an interview.
England.
Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to do an interview, you stupid clown. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he's got a serious point to make here, right?
At least Southgate had to go with the substitutions. Eze was a bit disappointed when he came on, but we've got the players, but we're just not doing it to play as a team.
Just sounds so familiar.
Terrible. It's lackluster, no charisma, just changes at the wrong time again. Just, I don't know.
It's like they took all of our listeners and they put weird English accents on them.
It's like staring at a giant flaccid cock.
Is this AI? And this is actually AI of American fans with English accents? I don't understand.
And I told you, I was at my parents' during the last weekend. We watched the first England game. And my mom's no an expert on soccer. She knows the game, but she doesn't know all the positions and how teams set up and tactics and all that. She's just been watching soccer since she's been a little girl or listening to it on the radio. Because that's what you did back in the 1950s, by the way, and 60s. You listen to games on the radio. My mom's like, they play exactly like us, England. This is horrible to watch. This is boring. Yeah, they do play exactly like us. You're right, Mom. Good. I love it when my parents come out with opinions about how we're playing, and they just nail it. And they're just casuals. They're not like, they don't live and die by this shit like we do. If the game's on, they'll watch it. But they don't live and die by it. You know, their heart and soul isn't into it. They're watching it because they're USA fans, right?
Yeah. So, Derek, I don't know if you've seen this. This is a Greg Berhalter comment or tidbit, if you will. Go and give this a read real quick.
U.S. men's national team Greg Berhalter shows his players a diagram of zigzagging road through to the home World Cup in 2026. It shows all these things are preparing us for 2026, but the bus is stopped here right now, and we have to make the most of the moment. Wes McKinney tells Adam Crafton about his hopes for Copa America, overcoming adversity and proving doubters wrong. I guess, Jesus.
Greg's missed his calling. He should never become a U.S. coach. He should be a kindergarten teacher.
Yeah.
What do you show your professional players? Players are playing at a higher level than you ever played. I showed them a zigzag graph of where we are going to end up in 2026, and then we're at this point right here. I mean, God, it's fucking childish, fucking dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could share everything I knew.
Good Lord. And
it's actually a lot worse than what this is like not great, right? But it's actually worse than this. In reality, I just can't tell you. Sorry, I can't.
Didn't you tell me you could say the Gettysburg thing?
Yeah, that they went to Gettysburg. Yes, I guess all I can say.
Well, you mentioned that. I thought you sent me a text saying that you can say that story now. No?
No, I can't. No. Okay. No, I cannot.
You still got to tell me that story then.
Okay.
Here, let me mute the audience real quick. All right, tell me, Derek.
No, I'll tell you after the show.
This is what we're dealing with, right? We're dealing with a coach of a major national team here, and he's showing him a diagram of the zigzagging road through to the home World Cup in 2026, and this is where we're at right here. 2024 Copa. It's on our way to 2026, guys, but this is where we're at right now.
You know what? If you're Greg Berhalter, stop using metaphors, please. Right. Stop using metaphors. You're shit at it. You weren't even an English lit major. What makes you think you're so philosophically capable of making good metaphors by drawing a bus route to 2026? That's about, what is it, a special ed bus? Because it probably is if you're driving it.
Greg's like, I only rode short buses when I was a kid.
Well,
not to be too offensive there. Jonathan says for $2, GGG went to visit Southgate for some pointers.
They talk on a regular basis, is what I am told. Almost weekly or bi-weekly. Yep. They
follows up with another $2 saying, hopefully they throw Greg off the bus after Copa.
They both believe in playing the game in a certain way. They both actually believe in the same style of play and tactics. It's frightening. Like this is the future of management across the world. I will not be watching soccer if everybody starts using this approach to the game.
Yeah,
it's pure soccer terrorism. It's a waste of talent too, a complete waste of talent. Especially Southgate. I can't believe I'm saying this. Southgate is actually a worse manager than Greg Berhalter because he's got a lot more to work with, and he's still average, less than average, poor.
Well, this has been making the rounds as well, and I'm guessing it has to do with Southgate as well. So I figured might as well lump this in here.
Why wouldn't Gareth Southgate try and do that with him in an England shirt?
I recognize I have a very small brain, but that brain is exploding right now.
There's a great line that's going to get clipped, right?
Yeah, I know. I might have to use that for the new intro next time around.
Derek Erling Holland says that Brett and Derek McBride confirmed that the whole youth system is structured to play like the first team.
Correct.
Is that part of the Brian McBride interview we'll cover probably on Monday?
Yes, we're going to cover that on Monday. And yes, that was at exactly 1928 of that interview with Brian McBride.
Yeah.
Yes, and I've been saying this for months. So it's good to hear Brian McBride confirm what I already knew, what people have been telling me for years, for at least 3 years now. And I've been saying on this show for 3 fucking years.
Yeah.
People are like, well, why do the women play? Yeah, the women and the men and all the youth teams play the exact same way. And the coaches coaching the teams don't get to, they have to, when they're hired, they have to agree to play the same system, the same style, and using the same tactics. That's why all our teams look like shit. All right?
Yep.
It's something we've embraced. You can thank Ernie Stewart to some extent for that too, because he's the one that decided, along with Greg, that this is how it's going to be done. And I know Ernie's doing a great job at PSV, but the U.S. soccer system up completely. Just drowned any sort of creativity out of all the teams.
It's just fascinating that it has to bleed over to the women's game too. I mean, we're talking about totally different players and totally different capabilities.
Yep.
And we're sitting here struggling on it. I mean, not saying that we are struggling, they should be as well, but it's just, why are we forcing it across the board? I don't know. I understand you want a system, you want to implement all the way through the system, but why?
What if the boys U19 team doesn't really have a whole lot of great midfielders?
You make them play it, Derek.
Do you force them to play anyhow?
At gunpoint.
A 4-3-3? You know?
Yeah.
Maybe you actually, let's say at the U19 women's level, you don't really have a holding midfielder. There's really not one out there that's available. You're going to force them to play that anyhow? I mean, it's ridiculous. No, you pick the best players. Then you look at them and their strengths and weaknesses, and you set up a formation that works for them. And you use the tactics that's apropos for the players on the roster. You don't say, here's the system, here's the tactics. Fuck you. You're going to play it regardless. It's just ridiculous. Never heard of such a thing until recently. And I don't think there are any other countries with this level of dogma. I know Germany made that shift, right? But it wasn't dogma, right? They didn't require all the youth teams to play the exact same way that Booger Picker played, right?
There's probably a lot more cohesiveness in Germany, that going to kind of one style of play would have been an easier transition. Whereas here in the U.S., not only do we go to one style of play, but we completely changed how we've been playing over the last handful of decades.
Right.
I mean, you go from playing a counterattacking and quick transition style to a slow build-up, methodical, and press. You know, it's like, okay, well, you are completely changing everything, and trying to do that at the senior level is nuts.
Yes, it is. It's absolutely nuts. And I should have said booger picker eater, because he would eat them too.
Don't forget butt scratcher sniffer. You know,
he did. He loved to smell his armpits too. He would put his hands,
scratch his balls. Yeah, I got to take a shower tonight.
Jose Lopez for $2. Two dumbs, don't use seasoning.
Southgate and Berhalter.
Don't use seasoning.
Yeah.
Oh, I would bet both of their meals that they cook for themselves are very bland.
They like steak with A1 sauce.
Oh, that should be a crime to put A1 sauce on a steak.
When I become dictator of the United States later on in life, I will absolutely criminalize A1 use.
Can we also get to Esmir Barakarovic, please? Could everybody quit freaking out about this?
Okay, hold on.
It's not a big fucking deal. We're going to lose. Somebody posted, it was a U.S. men's national team report, and I had a discussion about this. Because you remember he was documenting every dual nat in the world. Yeah. And he was up for like 3 days in a row with like 4 hours of sleep total doing it. I think he ended up documenting 692 dual nats. We can't cap them all, folks. We're going to lose some. Especially the better we are, the better roster we have, the more they look in the mirror and go, am I really going to ever be better than Christian Pulisic? Or am I ever going to be better than Weah? Or am I ever going to be better than Haji Wright? And let's say they just don't feel they are going to be. Let's hold on.
Yeah.
Then they're going to make a head decision. They're going to say, listen, it just makes more sense. I know Bosnia is not probably going to make the World Cup, but I'm at least going to get to play international soccer. And that's what I want to do. My chances of playing for the U.S., I think it's premature for Esmir to make that decision. Although there's no official confirmation he's made that decision. But for everybody to be like, oh, man, Major L, you losers, U.S. soccer sucks. They fucked this up. They did wrong. No, dude, we played them. We called them. We called them up.
You have no idea, dude. I've been going to bat on this all fucking day. So Tact said, and Pete said the same thing too. And this is one thing I'll sit here and argue with him about.
Me too.
But losing Esmir is a major L for the United States. He has very high ceiling and is far different player profile from the average American player. This is disappointing. I agree that losing him sucks. Yeah. And as I mentioned up here, I can't blame this on USSF. Hold on, let me get that out of the way. He came up through the Revs Academy, signed by the Revs. He's been called into multiple levels of the youth programs, participating in the Olympic buildup, likely to be included, although now it sounds like he's not going to be included because of obvious reasons.
Right.
And played in the last Camp Cupcake with the U.S. men's national team. Not sure what USF could have done differently to avoid this L.
I don't know how we could have. You could have sent Horace up to his hotel room. Greg could have sucked him off himself if they couldn't find one to hire. I don't know what he does. We've been very attentive to Baraktarovic the whole time. At this point, they're just going to be players we're going to lose. When you got 692 of them floating out there, yeah, you're going to lose some of them. You hope you don't lose the best ones. I mean, this might be a case where we did lose one of the best ones, but it's not like it wasn't for an effort of trying. We tried.
There is it. Hold on. Who mentioned it? Where are you at? Untouchables. There you go. He says it is in reference to being an L. I love Esmir's game, and he's now starting to produce. Again, it sucks. If we lose Esmir, it will suck. He's one of those players that Derek and I have been pretty high on since at least Camp Cupcake.
Yep.
Saying, hey, this kid has promise. I would love to see more of him play out. Let's see what he does in the Olympics. But it sounds like he's not going to be included in the Olympics, obviously for obvious reasons. But and then we'll see what happens as he plays with the Revs. He has played in 13 games for the Revs so far. And I know the Revs aren't on a hot streak this season by any means. But he has 2 goals and no assists.
All we can do.
In comparison, real quick. In comparison, Diego Luna has, what was it? It was 3 goals and 5 assists. and Brian Gutierrez has 4 goals and 3 assists, something like that.
Right.
I'm just saying, there are other dual nats out there who haven't been called in either that are having arguably better seasons than Esmir. All I'm saying, Esmir is a quality talent, and quite frankly, I think he should be on the 18. And if that was the reason why he's flopping over to Bosnia, that's just a sad reason to flop. First off, it's a Jonathan Gonzalez situation all over again.
Yeah, this is premature ejaculation on Esmir's part. There's no reason for him to make this decision this early, to make a one-time switch.
Yeah.
We don't know officially if it's going to happen yet. So let's all calm down. Number one, will it be a loss? Yes, because I really felt his ceiling was high enough that in like 3 to 4 years, he might compete for an actual spot on this team, that he might move to Europe. But you know what? You can't stop a guy from making his own choices. There's nothing you can do. There's only so much cock that Greg Berhalter can suck. And he's done his job. And this is not one of Greg's weak points, right? Like, he's been good at recruiting dual nats. So, and it's not like we haven't given Esmir the attention that was necessary. I don't think we did anything at any level to diss him in any way either. So,
Does he have to file a one-time? I don't think he's capped, is he, provisionally?
He played.
Did he go to the U20s?
He played friendlies with us.
Provisionally kept you, though.
He still might have to file a one-time switch, because I believe he played on some youth teams.
He's played in the U19s. He's played U23s, if I recall correctly.
But did he play an official FIFA tournament with either? I think he did.
Well, I don't think he was part of the U20, U23 qualifiers, and I don't think if he played in the U20 World Cup, it would have been on his transfer market.
Think he played the Olympic qualifiers?
That was grouped together. No, that's U20, U23s. He was not part of that squad.
I believe he'll have to make a one-time switch, Brett. That's from what I understand. He does have to do that.
Well, I don't know what provisionally capped item then.
It's what I hear is that he is.
That whole rule still is fucked for me, because I mean, he got called in some U23 camps. He played for the U19s, which could have been considered the U20s at the time, but I don't think he's played in any official FIFA sanctioned.
He hasn't played in any official youth qualifying for a World Cup. Any official youth qualifying for the Olympics.
The U20 and U23s were all grouped together in that one U20 World Cup qualifier. He was not a part of that squad.
All right. Well, somebody knows out there. Somebody know. Look it up. Let us know. I believe he's not cap tied up with us, obviously.
So now Obed definitely had to file the one-time switch, because he was cap tied with the U20s.
Yep.
So that's different. As far as I know, he hasn't played anything cap tying. So I mean, in theory, he could go and play for Bosnia as long as it's not like the Nations League there, and then still play for the U.S. in the end. But I don't know.
Listen, it's a loss, but it's not going to be the first loss we take. There are going to be other players who look at the U.S. men's national team and go, what are my real chances of making that team? Mm-hmm. Small. It's better off. I'm better off going to go play for Mexico, or I'm better off going to go play for Honduras, or pick a team, right? It's going to happen. They're going to say, I'm better off playing for Canada. There are lots of dual nats out there.
Dude, we have like no time to talk about anything. The game's already started up again.
I know. I'm at 45, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50.
Turn. 45, 56, 57, 58, 59, 46.
You're back to being 4 seconds ahead of me. This is stupid.
I didn't do shit. This is the weirdest thing.
Maybe we'll sync up again later by the end of this.
So, again, ultimately, this is the reason for dual nat panic, right, Derek?
Yes.
This is the whole reason. If we lose Esmir, it will suck. We've lost players before that would have made US better. We looked at Rossi. We looked at Sabatic. These are players who would have made the team better.
At the time.
We lost out to them, and it sucked. But we moved on as a nation. We found other players to come up through the woodwork. I got to pull up.
I mean, there's just what my point is. There's no point sitting around and dwelling on it because there's nothing any of us could have done about it. There is nothing that, in this case, as much as I don't like Greg, there's not much he could have done. We did. U.S. Soccer called him up. They brought him to the Camp Cupcake. They gave him opportunities.
Yeah.
Probably was going to make the Olympic team, more than likely. You know, I don't know what you can do, you know.
Well, and again, we're looking at, and I will flat out state this, that if it was my 18 squad, Esmir would absolutely 100% be on that squad. 100%. Ship Cal back to Mexico. There we go. We're safe. Question: You've seen Griffin Yao play at the club level. We've seen Esmir play at the national team level, and you can tell the game style he plays, and even with the Revs, who's a better player? Who's a better winger option there? I don't know enough about Yao to make a difference here or to make a decision here.
I think if I were to compare the two, I'd say Esmir has a higher ceiling.
Okay.
That's what I'd say.
Okay. That's fair.
As far as where they're at right now, I mean, they're fairly equal. Equal in a lot of ways. Argentina with the through pass. Holy squat.
McAllister got clobbered.
Goal Argentina. Was that Alvarez that finally put that in?
I don't know. So. Yeah. McAllister must be up. They're celebrating over top of him.
Yep, he's up. He's up.
Nice touch. Oh, God, that's got to hurt.
Man, you're playing such a tight line. They're so high up. They're like, we're going to play you off sides, but that's just a risky way to play, man.
Dude, man, he put his body on the line there, man. That was a leg breaker.
You need to mark up more instead of just playing the super high line. It's just so vulnerable in the back. The back four are just sketchy. We saw this coming.
Yeah, we were saying the entire first half, man, they're going to get exposed. It's going to bite them in the ass.
They're playing high instead of marking an actual man. And it's going to get you. You got to mark a guy. All right, well, that was inevitable. And it comes just minutes after the second half starts. But it was inevitable the way Canada's been playing, which has been risky.
Yeah.
And they're still doing it.
There you go. Right. Jonathan for another 5 says, would you rather make the Copa semifinals and Greg stay on for the World Cup or flame out in the groups and fire Greg?
Well, I'm never rooting against the team. So, of course, I'd rather make the semifinals because I don't even know if we lost the group. Wow. Just wide. I don't even know if we lost the group, Greg's going to go. I don't think that's going to happen anyhow. I don't know when Betty Crocker pulls the plug.
That'd be the big thing, right? Because, I mean, we're sitting here going like, well, the minimum is this. Minimum is that. But Betty Crocker has his own minimum, and he might be all in on this point.
Betty Crocker might not have a minimum.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. He might be all in.
He's probably all in with Greg all the way to 2026. So
thanks for the 5, man. Appreciate that.
Wishing bad on the team. I don't want to do that. I'd love to get to the semifinals despite Greg. Or maybe because Greg's figured it out. Like miracles have happened. Miracles have happened in the world.
We've started seeing small baby steps, right? He's finally gone to the 4-2-3-1, although now that he's got the 4-2-3-1, unfortunately he's playing Gio back further and he's pushing Weston up higher. But there's the baby steps at least. And then, maybe after the Colombia throttle, maybe he's learned that he's going to have to start, taking each game for what it's worth.
People survived the Hindenburg.
Like,
right?
The people on the ground watching it, right?
No, people that were actually in the Hindenburg survived.
Did they really? I did not know that. Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
They jumped out last second as it about hit
every bone in their body.
Probably broke their ankles, but ran away.
That's the thought process. Like if you're in an elevator and it's falling down right before it crashes, you jump up in the air and it's supposedly help you out, but I feel like you're still gonna break every bone in your leg in the end.
Yeah. I mean, you're pretty.
But that's better than breaking every bone in your body. So
you would think that you don't hear about that happening very often, do you? About elevators, because I have safety features. Oh boy! So now we got Canada coming out and pressing. They're pressing now.
Canada's goalkeeper's pressing high,
and this is going to threaten the back line again. Oh my God! And they almost kicked it. I mean, Argentina knows how to beat this right now. Just kick it over the center backs' heads and let the forwards go chase it.
Yeah, but when your goalkeeper's at the 25-yard marker, man, you can't really play it over too high.
And just look how high that back four is. It's just, and they've moved to a 4-3-3.
I was literally about to say the same thing. That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how that's going to improve dick squat, honestly.
I think the thought process is you put more people in the attack, maybe you can get more attacks.
Well, you can press with more than 2. You can press with 3.
Ooh, that was bad. Not sure what happened there with Argentina.
But we're seeing some A1 Leeds ball right now. This is what Jesse did with Leeds. 4-3-3 press.
Their defense is just their center backs.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, that's a lob up to, is that Buchanan over there?
Buchanan, yeah.
Got hacked down. Yeah, they need a goal, so I guess you can just throw everything out the window at this point.
That's the point, though, that they were doing fine in that 4-4-2. They had opportunities in the first half.
Yeah.
Sure up the fucking defense, and you'll create chances. You've got solid enough strikers up top, and you've got Davies out left. Just open the pitch. I don't know. That's my thought process.
Definitely pressing now. No doubt about it.
Quit overthinking this, guys.
Whoa. Whoa, this is so dangerous.
No, we did not keep that in, apparently.
Nope, throw in Argentina. Okay, so
Luke Guthrie says the only time Greg has learned anything is when he gives respect to his opponent and to change his tactic. Otherwise, he thinks his system will defeat anyone.
Yeah, that's why I'm hoping for a miracle, Lou. I'm not particularly a religious person, although, I'm probably more of a transcendental person than I am an existential one. Although I do have lots of existential angst, but so I do believe the world we live in is amazing. I just don't know why it is. But I do think that miracles occasionally happen. And
believe in miracles.
We're going to need one if Greg's going to grow a brain.
Maybe he's talked to the wizard. He may have talked to the wizard.
If I only had a brain. Yeah, we need a miracle if Greg's going to, have this awakening. Maybe
think Greg is the scarecrow?
Well,
right?
I think
Scarecrow won the brain, right?
Scarecrow needed the brain.
The lion needed the heart.
The lion needed a heart. The lion needed courage. Greg's got very little heart, very little brain, but a lot of courage. And when I say that, I mean a lot of arrogance and stubbornness, if you want to call that courage. They're just going to play over the back four's shoulders. It almost worked again for Argentina, and Canada ended up having to, I thought that was a foul. I guess not. All right. Argentina know what the game is now. They got this down. They know what's going on. So they're not coming out in the second half surprised.
Down 1-0, Canada is pressing high.
They are pressing way high in a 4-3-3.
You're right. This is 100% Leeds ball. Oh, my goodness. Davies, what was that?
Oh, big error by Davies. That's a total giveaway. And they're lucky not to give one up there. Could be 2-0. But Messi just didn't have the speed to get around the defender there. If I only had a brain. Let's see. Greg is all three. He has no brain to play to the opponent. He has no heart by the way he acts, and has no courage to admit any wrongdoing. In that case, you are right, Lou. You are right.
What's a Canadian? Is it not Shuttleworth? Who is it? Shuttle something, I think, right?
Were there subs?
What is his name?
Not Shuttleworth.
Well, is it Shuttleworth?
No, I don't think there's a Bobby Shuttleworth in here.
Shuttle something. What is it? God bless America.
You got Crepo, Johnston, Bombito, Cornelius, Davies, Miller, Stacchio, Kone, Buchanan, David, and
Schaffelberg. There we go.
Schaffelberg. Did he come in?
No. I'm saying I've always wondered why he doesn't play more. He always comes in for like 10 minutes or whatever, and he always seems to be like the change of the game for Canada at that point.
He will come in probably.
No, that's my point, right?
Yeah, he will come in the 65th more than likely. Probably for Miller. More than likely, or Buchanan. He will get on this pitch.
I'm just saying, every time he seems to enter the pitch, the tone changes. I'm curious why he doesn't play more. Is my point.
I think Jesse's going with experience. Schaffelberg's pretty young. Although I got to say, Miller's fucked up quite a bit tonight. Like, that was just a fuck up. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
Use your body. Keep your body between the ball and the opponent. Instead, he faces straight up to the dude and just gives it away. Canadian throw in. All right, here we go. Who's coming in?
Is that him?
Might be your boy.
I think that's him.
Might be your boy coming in for Buchanan right now.
All right, here comes the goal. It's going to happen.
Is that Schaffelberg? We have.
I think it has to be. Yeah. Let's see. 14. Yeah, it's him.
All right.
What are the odds? I mean, you kind of predicted that, right? The time wise.
Yeah, around 60th. Yeah, but it's a little earlier than I would have thought. Even
for Buchanan, man, 60th minute. Buchanan really has been kind of quiet the entire game.
Had a few moments, but yeah, not brought you that pizzazz you're hoping for.
He's definitely brought that bench, if that's what you're saying.
Yeah, he warmed a lot of that this season.
Did he play at all this season? I don't even know. Did he? Okay.
Yeah. Very little, though. Very little.
Yeah, he'll be sitting right next to Tessman in the end, right?
Yeah. I mean, if that really happens.
Yeah.
If Tessman
won't be at Inter for long, he'll get, like you said, he'll get loaned out, which is the plan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got Fiorentina and Bologna. I mean, why not just stay at Venezia and fight? Maybe that's the underdog in me, right? That's why I wanted Hertzler to stay at St. Pauli. It's like, dude, you just battled to get this team into the Bundesliga, and now you just go leave just because Brighton threw big bucks at you?
Well, some of it might be Venezia going, hey, we're finally going to get a paycheck here.
I'm
sure they want to keep him regardless.
I know. There's really no such thing as loyalty anymore.
But yeah, for me, it'd be, hey, stick it out of Venezia and play all the fucking time. And then if you guys get relegated again, somebody's still going to come and knocking. As long as
for sure.
That season. So.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. More than likely, if Inter buys him, he's just going to go back.
Schaffelberg.
Schaffelberg. The rumor is that if Inter buys him, they're just going to loan him back to Venezia.
Yes. Oh, apparently there's a goal kick. I'm not sure that worked out.
All right. For the 243 of you currently watching, make sure you like if you're on here with us here on YouTube. If you're watching on X, do whatever the positive thing is there. Thumbs up.
Share it.
Share it.
Do all the fun stuff.
Share it. Share it with your grandma.
I don't know
share
if
it with
a single X comment on here though.
Share it with your stepsister. By the way, did you hear that Louisiana just passed a law? You got to show the 10 commandments have to be up on in the classroom.
Wow.
Yeah, that's taking it too far. We're supposed to be a secular nation. Should have the 10 Commandments up in a classroom. If we do that, then you got to give all the other religions equal time and have whatever, tenets that they believe in up on the wall. It's just going to get silly. So don't do that. Don't do that. Let them go to church. They'll learn the 10 Commandments at church on the weekend. You need to put it up in a classroom. You want to talk about the 10 Commandments as part of a history class and say they exist and they're in this book called the Bible, and you teach a short segment about religious history or whatever, that's fine. But they don't need to be hanging up on the classroom. All right. Mm-hmm. That's when the right takes it too far.
Public schools or private?
They're public schools. It's
okay.
public.
Yeah, no, that should be up there.
Yep. You were a private school, you can do whatever you want.
Exactly.
But a public school, no, man. You shouldn't be promoting one religion over any other religion. Sorry. And this is what happens in any state where
go Canada.
There's no balance, right?
Yeah.
Louisiana's a massively R state, and so they just do what they want. California, total D state. What a fucking douchebag state that is.
Yeah, we showed their proposal for a new grading scale that incorporated an A all the way to like 85. Like you could get like a 20% to get an F. I'm like, that's beyond feeling at that point. Come on, man.
Oh, not to mention they don't care about their the massive overdose problem. Don't seem to really want to spend money on fixing that problem. Homeless.
Hey, that's the thing though. That's the thing when you have whatever the Chinese minister, prime minister, I'm not sure, president, whatever it's called, come into town, you can clean up that homeless problem, no problem in San Francisco. clean up all the shit, literally, not figuratively.
Yeah. Oh, we said this before, but if you're like a diehard of either party, I don't know how you could really be proud of anything that's happened in like the last 30 years. Honestly, it's just sad. So again, this is a nonpartisan message.
Jackson says, man, we're getting into everything tonight. I love it.
It's a nonpartisan message, folks. Nonpartisan. I mean, yeah. Anyhow, enough of that.
Ooh, that was a hell of a
shoot.
Cross.
No, he didn't shoot. Cross. It's just hanging in the air. Nope.
Oh my God. Is he onside?
Is that Messi all by himself?
Yeah.
Holy Moses!
Just grab him. Oh my God!
Tackle him! What are you doing?
What was that?
Oh my God, that was insane. What are you doing back there with the ball, you idiot? Kick it. Clear it.
Almighty.
Oh my God. That is not something Messi would miss normally.
No.
He would not miss that. You are dead meat usually with
right
Messi.
There. Put that way.
Great save by Crepo. Yeah. And then
it wasn't Crepo who saved that. Oh, he saved the first one, I guess. Yeah.
Yep. He hung in there, made life a little tricky for Messi.
Mm-hmm. One of their center backs made the big save there at the end.
Yep. Corner kick Canada. I mean, Jesse's playing such a fucking ridiculous line out there. We're going to get Argentina knows it. They're not stupid. This is the third ball this half. They've already tried over the top.
Hey, it's funny is that when we talk about U.S. playing kind of more direct one, we get, lambasted on Twitter and social medias. That's all Argentina's doing here. They realize this is how you're going to, capitalize.
It's how you, it's how you crush the press, right?
Yeah. Instead of slowly building it up and letting Canada get back, you just boot the ball up to a guy who's open and then let him do whatever,
Somebody playing off a shoulder. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Was that David?
I don't know, but somebody just – oh, my God. You missed that? Okay. First of all, number 9, whoever that is, I think it's David.
It was David, number 10. No, David's 10.
This guy right here, number 9, doesn't even try for it. And Schafferberg gets it. Then he crosses it back in, and number 10 flies in.
David. Jonathan David missed an open header. You'd imagine that'd be his bread and butter right there, right?
So Laren doesn't even try for the first original corner kick when it was there to be tried for. And then David blows an open header. Jesus.
That's the second time, though. I mean, that's the second open header that Ken has missed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree. Shuffleberg is a good player. He's opened up that right pitch, right side.
Yeah, he's not going to be playing in MLS very much longer. I can tell you that. Rumors are Rangers, Celtic. What are the other ones? There are others. A couple Bundesliga teams too. Looking at Shuffleberg.
Should.
It's a good player. It's a really solid player. He's like a Breck Shea on amphetamines. With a brain.
But better. Yeah.
no offense, but you know.
A little offense.
Breck Shea was a little bit of a hippie. Let's be honest. Little bit of a kind of DUH guy. Duh.
Yeah. I mean, he had the chances to do well at his career, just never fully took them.
Yeah. He's a nice guy. Although, remember in the early days, we're reporting on his roommates from Dallas that he had to live with? He went through like 3 roommates because they're like, dude, I can't live with this dude. He's bringing chicks home every good night. He's up until 4 in the morning before practice, having loud ass sex all night long. I can't sleep.
Yeah, and he's not even hooking me up with some strange.
Exactly. Well, I mean,
it'd be one thing if you hooked me up some strange here and there, you know.
This is all allegedly, even though it's from a direct person who.
Can you air quote there? Allegedly.
You know, even though it was a direct quote for some of his former teammates and from people who knew him personally, that he was a sex fiend and sex fiends probably. I mean, who isn't horny at whatever
he was good at what he did, apparently.
20 years old, but yeah, he was definitely bedding numerous women and different women over a week.
Daniel says Breck Shea was a smell my finger guy.
Breck Shea was a player in his
not on the pitch.
Younger years. He's settled down now. He's married. He likes to do finger painting. His wife's an artist too, as far as I know. He likes snakes. He likes playing with boa constrictors and, you know, capturing snakes on the field.
Removing snakes from the pitch.
Yeah.
You know, South America, you got dogs apparently running on the pitch. Down in Florida, man, you got snakes.
Snakes. He's a nice guy, though.
Ooh, was that a tackle?
I'm sorry. I've never heard anyone say a bad word.
VAR better be on that.
About him as a person. That's a foul now.
I think Shuffleberg got fouled in the box.
I thought so, too, which is what Jesse thinks, too.
Uh-huh.
But now it's going the other direction. And Shuffleberg's like, well, what about me, buddy? Do you think I just tripped over my dick? No, somebody fouled me.
I mean, he did poke the ball, right? No, he didn't.
Right there. Oh,
should be outside the box, but yeah, just outside.
Yeah, claws him right in the knee.
I don't think that they are reviewing it though. That's good. I don't know if that's gonna be a pen though. I mean, Michael says that's a pen. I think that was just out. The contact was just outside the box.
Saying you're a sex addict is untouchable is just bragging. No, I don't know about that, dude. Some people, honestly, it's not, because some people die from that shit. They get venereal diseases and
they're doing a penalty check, not just a foul.
And their dick falls off. Honestly, literally, when I pee, fire comes out my dick. No, Doc, seriously, I'm not. That's not a metaphor. Literally, fire come out my dick. What was that? Eddie Murphy? I think so.
Well, they just call it. They didn't. Yeah, VAR didn't come back for anything.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
That should have been a foul outside the box. I'm not sure what they were calling there. Shuffleberg's back on it though.
I mean, he did hit him in the knee, and Shuffleberg. Oh, he tried too much. Now the counter's on. Counter's on.
Counters on.
Oh, just let it go out of bounds. Oh, guard, pick it up. That's fine.
I agree. It was never I guess when I hear pin, I think penalty kick more so than anything. I do think there was contact, and I do think that it should have been a foul.
FK outside the box.
Yeah.
Ooh, shoulder. Getting a foul for the shoulder, Eustachio. Oh, he hit me in my kidney. My kidney is nearly ruptured. Says Kelso. Lo Kelso. Oh, my kidney. Oh, my kidney.
He's Italian.
My kidney's ruptured. And Anna Jerka is reporting. Anna Jerka what?
Yeah. It's a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the question.
I don't like that last name, Jerka. I'm glad I wasn't born with it.
Lots of nicknames for that, right? So.
Yeah, if my name was Derek Jerka.
Jerka what?
What you jerking,
Jerka me off?
Hey, Derek, what you jerka? You jerka what? You jerka
Derek.
who? Who you jerka?
The joke is to be Derek jerking me off.
Yes, of course. Of course it would be. They still said,
"Ooh, ouchies."
They still called me Richie Rich when I was a kid. I'm like, dude,
oh no. Oh, the worst thing you could be called.
Richie Rich?
Yeah, they're calling you a young rich boy. Oh, no, well, that's the worst possible thing.
Well, trust me, it was a put down. It was. Rich spoiled kid. I wasn't, by the way. Growing up, when I was born, my dad was a lieutenant. Then he was a captain. Then he was a major. Through all my years of growing up. By the time I got to high school, he was a full-bird colonel. Yes, then I was spoiled. I mean, not really. I wasn't spoiled. But the housing we were provided was ridiculous. It was a mansion. 4-story, goddamn ridiculous. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
One room per floor.
But I had my own floor. I lived on the 4th floor. I had my own study, my own bedroom, my own kitchen, my own bathroom up there. It's like having an apartment. And then my own back stairway, which was the old servants' stairway when it was built. It was built in the 1890s. So I snuck all my girls in through that servant stairway. It was great. It was fucking great. Had the best senior year ever. Come on, Canada. Counter.
I'm telling you. Who goes in and changes the game?
Schaffelberg! Oh my God. What happened? Laren, we got to get a toe on that. Come on, Laren. And now
the goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper's
milking it.
You broke my hip, bitch.
God, that should. Well, actually, he didn't touch him. It was his own man who hit him. But come on, dude.
Laren was offsides anyhow.
I think he was actually on.
Nope, he's off right there. He's off when the ball was kicked. And you know what? Laren didn't even hit him in the hip. His own player did. And look, the guy looks fine. Now he's on the ground. He's like, my hip is broken. Someone send the paramedics.
I just don't know. Laren had the guy. He was on the ball side. How did the guy end up getting the ball over him?
I don't know.
That was bad on Laren. Yeah, Laren should put that way.
I think the goalkeeper's still down. I need a paramedic. I need this special magic spray. I'm going to lay here for at least 5 minutes. At least. You're lucky you didn't hit me in the balls. I'd be down for at least 10. And then the ref's going to have to add all this on. But yeah, somehow that defender beat him to the ball.
He was behind him. How did you do it?
Yep.
Solid defense, but man, Laren should put that way.
If you're Laren, got to get a toe on it. But
Laren should have had that one. David should have had a couple there.
Especially
open headers.
He's offsides. Got to beat the guy when you're at least cheating. Make him go to VAR.
Make him force a decision. Yeah,
it's a pretty good kick with a guy for a broken hip.
Yeah, that opened up the swing, right? The little shotgun swing. Yeah,
little chip over the back.
Corner kick.
Corner kick. Yeah, I'm about 3 seconds behind you.
Yeah, I'm trying not to say anything really. Goal? No.
Yeah, Erling Holland says Brett would have scored that.
Yeah, exactly. I score all.
Thanks to all 254 of you hanging out with us tonight. I know it's not a USA game, but hey, it's Copa, man. It's soccer season, baby. We got the Euros, we got Copa.
Well, I mean, this would have been a rough game to go up against. I mean, hell, we're looking at between Twitter and YouTube, we're still only looking at 253 people, which don't be wrong, it's great, but our numbers have been closer to the 400 range. I just feel like a lot of people are probably watching the game, than frequenting the YouTubes.
God, we almost got to 500 the other night.
Yeah,
which was, pretty cool.
Lou wants to know if we're doing any fluff after the game. Not fluff. I mean, I got a swath of McKinney quotes to go over and talk about some stuff there. I don't suspect we're going to hit a 3-hour show. We might hit a 3-hour show. I don't know.
A 3-hour show.
Another 10 minutes. That puts the 210. And it depends how much we yammer. It's possible, but
isn't that Gilligan's Island? 3-hour show.
Was he onside? Was it Messi? Messi onside?
I don't know, but this is becoming epidemic at this point because it's so obvious what they're going to try to do.
Well, I mean, I bet you Messi was just sitting at the halfway marker.
Yes, absolutely.
Just waiting at halfway, and I don't have to run back or anything. I'm just waiting for him to kick the ball over the defense. I'll run.
I mean, we talk about this. Why doesn't the U.S. do this when it's obvious the other team's playing a high press?
He was sitting behind Davies on the line.
We never do this. Argentina's like, you gonna play that high? All right, fuck it. And they should have had a goal. Yeah. Honestly,
that should have been two for Messi.
This should not have been a miss by Messi. Messi doesn't miss these. He's missed 2 so far that Messi just don't miss.
Give the 56-year-old a break.
But when other teams press us, do we ever do this? No. We play brave out of the back instead of looking to lump it to Balogun for a breakaway. Just like Balogun's faster than Messi, and Messi's pulling it off. Balogun is a faster human being.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
But that goes back to the substitution. Laren's out, and okay. I think they might stand a chance of scoring a goal now. With Laren out. So, but that was the thing. We talked about that with Berhalter's interview with Onstead. When they played Red Bulls, they played direct one against Red Bulls, won the game, and he's like, we're never playing like that again.
Stupid idiot. You play to win the game.
Canada's falling asleep in defense. Get that across, man.
It's so easy, though. They're playing so high. They're so open. I know they want to score. I get why they're open now. Because they need a goal. But it shouldn't be this easy to play over the top or through the lines. It's just too easy. Kone. They move Kone to a center back or what?
I think he's still in the midfield. I think he's just, caught up. Davies was pinching up higher.
Hey, we used to have a player from Watford. Remember that guy?
Mm-hmm.
Jay?
Oh, man.
Jay Demerit?
Yeah.
How are they missing these?
Bigger question, how's Canada defense just not recognized? Oh, they would have all been offside anyways.
Okay. Yeah,
That's why they were all wide open.
Yeah, they were all offsides. Yep. A 3-hour tour.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. Bum ba-da-dum bum bum. Bum ba-da-dum bum 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 bum.
Oh, that was dumb. Oh my goodness. Sorry, Derek.
Oh my God. What an idiot. Crapo saves the day again. What a moron. Was that Kone?
See back
Who was that?
No, is there right
Or is it
back?
Bombito?
Mr. Bombastic.
God.
It would be MB. Is that who's MB? I'm looking at the. Yeah, it's Bombito.
Yeah, it's Bombito. Bombito and Kone have the same hairdo, so it's confusing.
Mr. Bombastic.
What a dumbass.
How is this not like 4-5-0 at this point?
I know. Dude, you can't play that dumb.
I mean, I know they played advantage too, but man, Messi just got scissored.
Yeah.
And he like, oh, never mind.
Is it studs up? Not really.
No, not really.
The studs do catch him at the end, though.
Jonathan for $2 says, Crapo, man of the match.
Yeah, without him, it'd be like 4-0 right now.
Yeah, he's absolutely stopped Argentina from taking away with this.
Should be 4 or 5. Now, Messi got definitely clipped in the ankle there. Looks like he's okay. All right, good. Oh, he's limping, though. Yeah, I'll be fine.
He got Achilles healed.
I thought it was the inside of the ankle.
I mean that would stretch across the back of his heel as well.
Could be. Seems all right.
Yep, should have been a foul. I agree.
Time to take him off anyhow. Give him a break. You can't play this guy 90 every game, can you? I guess you could. They're showing that Schaffelberg non-call again.
Mm-hmm. Luke Country says there's no foul because the Canadian player got there first.
He did get there first. Yeah. But these days...
They call it follow-through all the time now.
Yeah, they do. They call it all the time, Lou. They do. You can get the ball, but if the follow-through gets the player, you get called for that all the time.
Back in my day, that was a clean tackle.
Oh, yeah, back in our day. You could get the ball and then break the dude's ankle, and it was okay. Yeah. You know, it was completely within the rules. Damn, that's a stomp. That's a stomp. Stomped right on McAllister's foot, just like, here, have some studs.
Yeah.
Messi's Messi's.
Sorry, no. I can't see who the other one is.
Some French name in the back of that other one, maybe. Out comes Kone.
Rowe's coming in.
I know, but it's Kone coming out and
Millar.
And Millar, yep. Liam Millar.
I didn't know Jonathan Osorio was still playing. Damn. He's gotta be up there in the ancient age, isn't he?
I think he's still playing for Toronto, isn't he? Pretty sure he is.
God. Again, the back line falls asleep.
Yeah, I mean, they are trying to hold this high line the whole game. It's crazy. It's near kamikaze. And they're lucky to be down 1-0. This should be 5-6-0 at this point. Oh, Crepo just managed to be enough of a nuisance.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're back to playing out of the back. But
AJ 1410.
I got to do that. AJ 1410. There we go.
He wants to know why change from the 4-4-2. Also, y'all think we'd get out of this group? I don't know if we do.
Would we get out of this group?
We have Canada get out of this group, didn't we?
Yeah. You had them in second.
Yeah.
Because Chile ain't what it used to be, brother.
That's right. That's who it was. Yeah.
It's not your grandma's chili anymore.
Hey.
It's like your stepsister's chili. And she's not really good at making chili.
I mean, at this point, Canada, you were doing the high press earlier. You got to get back to that. You got to. I mean, it's going to open you up, but you got to get that goal.
At this point, it's desperation.
Yeah.
I mean, we got 4 plus
or everything plus the kitchen sink.
They'll probably add another 5, so you got 9 minutes to do something here, at best.
That goalkeeper's drop kicks are just phenomenal.
Yeah, he can kick it a long ways, can't he? Like Matt Turner, his kicks barely get past half field. I'm wondering about that. Because, Brad Friedel used to be able to kick it almost the other team's final third in the old days. Casey Kellers weren't bad either. Now, Argentina fucking around in the back. They might pay for this. They keep fucking around. Nope. They fucked around, but didn't find out. So here they come on the counter.
Go to sleep. Sorry, Derek. I just ruined it for you.
Wow. What a pass.
Coming.
What a pass by Messi.
It was coming.
What a sweet-ass roller by Messi. What a pass. What a pass. Game over. Canada, you lose.
You lose.
You lose. I'm just really surprised that Marsch wasn't more pragmatic in this game. He just came out and went toe-to-toe with with Argentina.
But I think it was going to the 4-4-2 was being pragmatic. I mean, yes, they did go toe-to-toe. They had their chance. They moved forward. I think going to the 4-3-3 is what ultimately sealed the deal.
I agree. Moving to the 4-3-3, then the midfield became even thinner than it looked.
Yeah.
In the first half, and it already looked thin with 4 midfielders. And now you got only 3, and you're pressing high with 3, leaving the back 4 and those 3 even thinner and definitely spread out like crazy, and leaving the back 4 completely open to balls over the shoulder. I mean, I get it. You're trying to get a tie here, but
nope, not Messi coming off. Daniel is asking if there's any tips on how to seduce his stepsister.
I wouldn't seduce her. I'd just hang out with her, get to know her.
Go for the aloof approach. You're right.
Right. The more you try, the worse it is. Trust me. The more you don't give a shit, the more girls want you.
What the fuck is happening here? It must have been a foul call, despite the fact that Canada had the freaking ball.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where was the advantage on that one?
Somebody said the refs are to blame for this loss.
Corrupt refs. Definitely some issues. Again, the Shuffenberg non-call foul. Although I'm not saying that they would have scored off of that, but still would have been something. Give them that chance because they caught the foul for it. I don't know. I just didn't understand it. Davies had the ball on the left-hand side. They call a foul back on the right-hand side.
Yeah, it's weird.
Gio's like, corruption, Brett.
I don't know if it's corruption. It could be just stupidity, people. Let's be honest. There are a lot of stupid people in the world. Oh, Estacchio. Well, I guess that was planned on the post.
He didn't pull a Pulisic on that not being able to beat the near post, I guess.
But it looked like they planned to do the near post.
Davies
gets clipped.
I mean, that guy left the pitch. He jumped in the air on that tackle. No, he didn't. Never mind. I take it back. It was just a bad tackle, late tackle. I thought he was near when he tackled him.
Oh, studs up and all, too. Let's see how bad he gets caught. He gets in between his legs. I think he caught him in the heel. Way to go, Giovanni. You little foul bitch. All right, let's see what Estacchio can do with this.
Mr. Bombastic. Nice drop back.
Mr. Bombito.
Oh, would have been a fortunate deflection there.
Yeah, it ended up just kind of dribbling. A slow dribble to the keeper. Oh, well. We got 4 They got 3:30 left.
They're running the VR replay on like 0.75 speed.
I don't know what they're doing. Yeah.
Some crazy glitches in the matrix there.
Ironically, where are you at? I'm at 38, 39, 40, 41, 42.
46, 47, 48.
You're 4 seconds ahead of me. So weird. We were equal at halftime.
Jose Lopez says this is the single greatest Canadian win ever.
You know about win, but yeah, I know what you're saying. We'll see what Marsch has to say after the game. But there's no doubt he came out here. He is not playing humble. He did not come out here to play humble. I mean, you can say setting up in a 4-4-2 is humble, but it was wide open even then. That back four was so tightly connected with the middle four, you might as well just have a line of 8.
I was playing ping pong ball.
Bing, bing,
pinball,
bing.
pinball. Ding, 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 ding.
Corner. Tell you played really well today.
Do what?
Tell you played really well today. Italy versus Spain. Nico Williams for Spain. I've never met a guy from Spain named Williams, but I guess he's from Ghana. His parents were from Ghana. I didn't know there were a lot of guys named Williams in Ghana either, though. Like Williams is pretty Anglo. It's a very Anglo name. Great player, though. I think I only saw him play once all year, and that was Atletico Bilbao versus Celta de Vigo.
Guys, you lost. Don't get in yellow card problems for the next matches, man.
It's a hackathon.
I mean, it's in stoppage time. Just stop. Don't get the yellow cards. That's gonna. If you guys move on, that's gonna really mess things up. You got 2 more games to go.
Was that Bombito or Cornelius going nuts?
I think it was Cornelius. Wasn't Bombito.
No goal for you, he says. No goal for you.
You get a yellow card now, you have the free kick just outside the box. That's some dangerous shit.
Well, this is Messi territory.
Yep. Jackson Z with the same comment I made, basically saying, hey, bro, Canada should stop getting yellow cards at this point.
Yeah, just no more. Yeah, because it only takes 2, and then you got how many games banned? Just 1?
Just the 1, yeah. But I mean, that's massive. They're looking at going into the 3rd game needing a result. That means you're going to have to have a clean first game.
And you're not that deep at center back in Canada. Shit, your 2 center backs play at Malmo and Colorado Rapids. So, yeah, not real deep. And that's your starting center backs.
Crap, I've had that. Easy peasy.
That was way too easy. Surprised Messi didn't do better.
Game, set, match.
Game over.
I just realized I went that entire game with it muted. Guess I didn't really need to hear the commentary since we're adding our own commentary.
Right. Hopefully everybody else muted too.
I think our play was much better.
Yeah. You know, it was a little arrogant, I think. God damn. Does Davies have an 8-pack? Wow. Did you see that?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but when you run as the pace that he does, of course you're going to have an 8-pack.
I mean, that man is built like a bodybuilder.
Brick.
Crying out loud. He's
house.
a brick house. That is a man you do not want to F with. That is for sure.
Jose Lopez, don't ever disrespect Malmo like that, or however you spell it.
Yeah, Malmo. Sigh. Good,
All right,
good Swedish team.
Are they good?
You know, it was funny actually last weekend watching the U.S. Open golf and DeChambeau.
Yeah, I watched it.
DeChambeau. I don't know if you. My mom's like, wow, his pants are really tight.
He's playing with 3 balls on the pitch.
And I look at it and I'm like, yeah, that looks like a banana. What
Hey,
is
if you got it, flaunt it, right?
He did, man. DeChambeau had full package going all tournament long. This is crazy. I've never seen that obvious. That dude is hung like a goddamn horse.
Messi with his 18th career Copa assist, which is the most of all time. All right, I'm not gonna listen to see if there's anything from Marsch. We'll cover that on Monday if need be. Let's see here. What do we got on the docket still?
You got McKenny stuff.
Yep. I want to might as well cover this. Although it's not necessary for us to cover this, we could have done this on Monday as well. But who cares?
Yeah, I mean it's a little flattering. Don't you think that's a little flattering? 11?
A little bit. Well, I think when we were talking about the FIFA rankings last on Twitter, my take is the 19-20 range, the 18-19-20. That's spectrum area.
But Mexico 15? Do we really deserve that?
No, we don't deserve that at all.
Either
dropped down significantly further.
I mean, either of those two teams really don't deserve to be where they are. Can you make this bigger? That's what she said. But there we go.
Yeah, one sec.
Yeah, that's even easier. That's even easier to read.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm on the wrong type of sharing here.
The fact that we're that much further ahead of Colombia is really disturbing. What that says to me is there's something wrong with the algorithm.
Well, of course, we have 2 Nation League wins of recent.
Something wrong with the algorithm at FIFA.
No, 100%. It's all a numbers game. This is the same algorithm. I know they made some minor tweaks since then that had us ranked number 5.
4.
Was it 4?
4
in 2006 World Cup. I mean, come on. What was FIFA smoking there?
Yeah, I don't. And then Morocco, what are they living off of? Because
Like said that if Morocco would grape us, well, we definitely tied them last time we played them.
I thought we beat Morocco.
No, we tied them, I think, right? So we tied them like 0-0.
No.
Was that Uruguay we tied? But did we beat Morocco?
Them. We beat Morocco. They came over here. They look tired. Look it up, but I'm pretty sure we beat Morocco.
You might be right.
In that friendly.
You might be right.
They look lethargic. It's a long
Oh, yeah, we smoked them. We beat them 3-0. Derp.
Thought we crushed them.
I was thinking of the Uruguay game.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how Morocco's up there. I don't know how we're up there.
I mean, I'm sitting here going, I don't know how we're up there, but I mean, we have to sit here and say, how is Mexico 15th? What have they done? What have they done in the last 4 or 5 years to warrant a top 15 spot?
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Something is wrong with the algorithm. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how they're rating it, how it all works. I haven't gotten inside the math at FIFA rankings because guess what, Brett? I don't want to go insane. That's why. I don't want to go insane. But Jesus, something's wrong, with the FIFA rankings. There's just something wrong inherently with their algorithm and the way it works. Yeah. That's fine. I'll take it. I don't think it's a reflection. I don't think we're better than Colombia in any way.
Well, the most recent scoreline proves that.
Right.
Hands down.
I think we're better than Morocco, but I don't think we're better than Colombia. And, the algorithm's a little frustrating. Always has been. So coming up, it says the Americans. They're going to talk American soccer here coming up on the Fox Sports 1 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I did see Tax said, no aura for the Scottish fans.
Yeah, you already chimed in, so I didn't say anything. But
But
I'm sorry, but bagpipes are cool.
Bagpipes are fucking badass. I know it's a droning mono sound in the back. What is that? I think that's like a G, maybe, or it's a D minor. Doesn't matter. It's badass. And then they play all the music around that lingering sound. And I know it sounds creepy to some people.
It's battle music, and they're doing their walk into the stadium, right? That's what it was for. Their walk up to the stadium.
Yeah, and don't compare it to the Vuvuzela, please. Guacamole United.
Oh no,
Vuvuzela is just one note and out of tune. All of them are out of tune with one another. At least bagpipes.
It's supposed to sound like wasps or whatever it was. The Vuvuzelas.
Yeah, something like that.
Was it something like that? Yeah.
But you can actually play around that. Somebody might know what note is the holding note on a bagpipe, because there's always one holding note, and then the rest of it works around that. So you got and everything else goes around that, right? By the way, one of the best parts of the movie Waterloo is when the Scots form square when Napoleon charges the cavalry. And this is when Wellington knew some of the squares were having issues because the bagpipe players would get stabbed or hit. And their bagpipes would go, blah. The bagpipe guy would go down dead. And that's how we knew that square might be having a problem, because the bagpipes just stopped.
So the 9 notes, there is one note, and it's a harmonizing note is what they call it. But
Right.
it's not. Nothing's specified at least on Google. But they will say the 9 notes on the scale for a bagpipe is low G, low A, B, and C. Sounds like a C sharp.
Mm-hmm.
You have D, E, F. Sounds like an F sharp, and a high G and a high A.
Okay. Makes sense. It sounds like the holding notes are 2 holding notes together.
Brown note.
Yeah, there's definitely at least 2 that hold everything to bind the whole bagpipe thing together. I think it's badass. And I remember as they came over the hill in Waterloo, because Napoleon had never encountered the Highlanders before. Remember, he never really fought that much in Spain. So he'd never encountered these Highlanders when they coming over the hill with their kilts and shit. And
He never fought that much in Spain?
Napoleon didn't fight that much. No, he left his other generals to fight in Spain. So
why would you face the Scottish in Spain?
Because it was the English army, including Wellington, who landed on the Iberian coast.
Okay, that's what I was missing then. Okay.
To fight and, of course, restore the Spanish throne back to the Spanish, the Habsburgs or whatever it was at the time. And he didn't do a whole lot in Spain, but he never really faced Wellington. He never really faced the Highlanders. So as they came over the hill in Waterloo, he said, "Who are these Amazons? Who are these Amazons?" He said. I love that. Amazons. Yeah, because to him, he's like, fuck, dude, these guys are wearing dresses. What's going on here? Anyhow, I heard Napoleon was a midget. You got BMR. Some things never die. Some lore never dies, I guess. But yeah, not a midget. Average height for his time. Actually, Napoleon. Average height for his time. All that midget stuff was made up by the British. They all made it up. They made it up.
I get you. Speaking of things made up, let's talk about some of this.
Transfer news, transfer news. Who's getting mounted on transfer news? Who's getting ogled on transfer news? Transfer news. Everyone loves that transfer news but me. Whatever.
welcome to all 310 of you now. Looks like people are showing up after the game was over.
Yeah.
There's
their thought process. Oh, they're still alive.
I watched the Canada game, and now I'm going to watch them. All right. So make sure you like, subscribe, and all that as you diddle your stepsister. All right. 2 Champions League clubs, one from League One and the other from Serie A, have initiated contact with Johnny Cardoso. Just showing interest, no proposal. I doubt very seriously, unless there is a massive offer, that Johnny's going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see it. I don't think he wants to leave this soon after just getting there and being there for 8 months. I don't know why he would want to leave, because he just got settled in. Why do you want to leave? So it's going to have to be a ridiculous amount of money for that team, for Real Betis to agree to it. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Big money. Big money. One from
there you go.
I was just going to say, there's not a whole lot of teams in League One other than PSG that could flop that kind of cash right now. And there's only a handful of teams in Serie A, not including Juventus, by the way, because they don't have a lot of extra money flopping around either.
No.
I mean, he's got an 80 million.
They can't even pay Weston a living wage.
It's like Weston works at Arby's. All right. I mean, if you work at Arby's in California, I mean, you make like $20 an hour.
Yeah.
That's why all their fast food places are closing down. So I read. Tottenham have hijacked the Aston Villa move for Juventus midfielder Weston McKennie by agreeing a cut piece fee for $15 million. That seems low.
Yeah, I would think so too. But given the trade that they're trying to do with Aston Villa, and with the dropping out of it that occurred, $15 million might get Weston at this point, because Juve's either going to have to re-sign him or they're going to lose him on the free in the end.
Yeah.
So,
and since they've shown no proclivity to pay him more, his salary, to pay Weston more than the guys that ride pine for that team, like Keane and others. Yeah, his agent's going to just battle. Now, the disgusting part are all the Italian fans and Juve fans who are saying racist shit on X.
Yeah, or on Instagram, yeah.
I mean, really? And then people are surprised by it. It's like, have you visited Italy? I've been to Italy. I've been to Eastern Europe. Guess what? A lot of racist motherfuckers live there. It's just how it is. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm not saying all Italians are racist. No, I'm not saying that. But I can tell you that's part of the culture still in Italy and a lot of Eastern Europe. It very much still is. Hell, shit. There are parts in England where that's still the culture. Let's not lie. Let's not lie. I love it when the Europeans get all high and mighty about how, they're all open and shit and that America's racist. Okay, we got our problems. I absolutely agree with that. But guess what? Nobody's throwing a banana at LeBron James in the middle of an NBA game. I could tell you that, because the crowd would beat the living. The crowd would beat the living out of that dude. They'd beat the living shit out of that dude in this country. But you can do it in Italy. They still throwing shit like that in Italy. People ain't beating that guy up. Okay? So, virtue single all you want, Europe. But I seriously doubt. And like I said, we got our issues. We got our problems. We have our history. But don't you tell us you got it going better on than we do. I don't believe that shit. Not for a second. If you go to Finland, oh yeah, sure, everything's fucking hunky-dory in Finland because it's 95% of the population are the same culture. Great. I'm glad they get along there. But, we're an extremely diverse country. We're going to have challenges, obviously, with that. But don't tell us you're better than we are. Don't even go there. I can't stand those European pricks that come on to fucking Twitter and act like their country's perfect, because your country ain't perfect. And you don't even have the same challenges we do. We had a lot of bad history to overcome as well. And we're still working on it as we go. All right, enough of that. Sorry. High horse. Sorry. Little history.
So just catching up on the chat a little bit there.
All right. Tyler Adams says that he could care less. Oh my God, this guy is Baron Cross. Baron, whatever your fucking stupid fucking name is. Who fucking names their kid Baren, whatever the fuck that is. All right. Tyler Adams says he could care less if Leeds United fans hate him after his exit. Strong views on Marsh and McKinney too. Let me tell you what, dude. You couldn't take a quote more out of context than this. That guy needs to eat shit. He needs to admit that he ate shit and that he spouted that shit out of his mouth after he munched on it, because that's what he did. He totally misquoted Tyler Adams, absolutely misquoted him, and put it into a context that, not Joe, who's the other guy? Not Joe, the other guy. God damn it that I watched.
I couldn't tell you the least people, to tell you the truth.
Fucking shit. But even that guy bought this story, hook, line, and sinker. It's like, do your fucking homework, dude. Read the quote yourself. Don't take Baron Cross's opinion. All right? Somebody tell me who the other lead's dick is. I mean, he's not a dick. He's actually a pretty nice guy normally. But he bought this story, hook, line, and sinker on his show and went off on it. Did a whole rant. Connor, thank you. Connor, you're wrong, Connor. You f***ed that one up. You took this guy's story and you ate it. You ate it. But what you ate was a big pile of crap. It was a fucking crap sandwich. And you swallowed it and ingested it whole, and then regurgitated to the Leeds community as if it were fucking fact. In fact, what Tyler Adams would say is he completely respects the Leeds community. He loves them because they're a working class community. But what he said in the end, if they hate me or love me, I couldn't care less because it just doesn't matter anymore. And that's fine. Of course, he's got to move on. He's got to move on. He's got to move on. And he knows that some of them are going to hate him.
Yeah. Having dug into this, because I'm like, it doesn't sound like Tyler at all. And of course, I saw a number of people saying like the clickbait. And I'm like, all right, I've got to find out what he actually said. And then you read it. He says, hey, I respect the fan base.
Yep.
And I couldn't care. He basically said he couldn't care if they hated him. I took that as him saying, hey, I have enough respect for them. I understand that they're going to get passionate. I couldn't care if they're going to hate me. I still respect them, type thing. That's how I took it.
Listen,
this was, as I mentioned, I quoted it. I go, I click, you click, we all click for clickbait. That's what this is. It is 100% just getting people like, oh, what do you actually say? Click. That's all it is.
So Barron put up a new article about Roca, and I messaged him. I responded to his ex post. I said, so did Roca say anything remotely about him not caring as well that you could have taken advantage of for clickbait? You bitch. Like, why don't you take things more out of context? Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it is English media. And if anybody's familiar with English media and you've read The Sun before or any of the other garbage ass papers, it's almost like their mainstream media is actually just like the Inquirer, right? The National Enquirer here in the United States. Mm-hmm. It's all shit they just make up. Weston McKinney on his time at Leeds. My time at Leeds was probably one of my lower points, if not the lowest in my professional career. Always look at the positive because I was at Juventus playing week in, week out, and maybe I developed a little bit of a comfortability and complacency, knowing I was going to play on the weekend. By going to Leeds and having the performance that I had there and the way that it just turned out in general, 4 coaches in 5 months, just nothing going to plan or how I imagined. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this isn't on.
Doesn't even mention being played out of position.
Out of position. He got there expecting to play with Adams. Adams immediately injured. Never got to really play much with Adams at all. Was it one game?
He also talked Adams. This wasn't in the quote that we had earlier, but Adams actually took blame. Like he kind of admitted to blame for the Weston situation because when Weston got there, he's like, and then I immediately got injured and never got to play with him. So
he didn't take blame. He just said he felt bad about it.
Yeah.
He's like, I felt bad, and I almost wanted to apologize because the whole plan was that we were going to play together.
Yeah.
And it just we never got a chance really. And he shouldn't feel bad about that. An injury's an injury, nothing you can do about it. But I get what he's saying, right? Mm-hmm. I get what Adams is saying there. I'd feel bad too if I couldn't play. And I was watching my team going from, fighting to being definitely probably relegated. That must have been painful for Adams to watch. And once Jesse was let go, then that must have really felt like, well, fuck, where do we go now? We're like a rudderless ship. And then they hired Mike D after they let the assistant coach come in. They hired Mike D to be the coach, and they went through that guy, and they went through finally to Sam at the end. What a disaster. What a fucking disaster that was. Absolute disaster.
This is his return from Leeds. He goes, at Juventus, I didn't have my locker anymore. I didn't have a room in the hotel. I didn't have a parking space. I changed in the locker room with the youth teams, even though there were players in the main locker room who had never played for Juve because they're always on loan. So I thought to myself, wow, I've only been gone for 6 months. I come back and they treat me like this.
Well, they did that to you. I mean, you go back to Bobby Wood at Hamburg, right? Same treatment. When he said, no, you guys went down. I'm not staying on this team. Loan me out to a Bundesliga team. And they did. And then when he got back, they're like, yeah, fuck off, dude. Yeah. Fuck you. You forced that loan. And in this case, Juventus didn't really want to loan him out to Leeds. They were not interested in that loan. But McKennie and his agent forced it because they wanted to go play with Adams. He wanted to play with Adams. I would say he also wanted to play with Aronson, but I don't think they're as close. But he definitely loves him. You know the clique. The clique is Pulisic, McKennie, Adams, and Haji Wright. They're like best buddies. They're like the best friends in the world. Like, they love those four guys.
Best friends. Yeah.
They've been around together forever. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Brendan's not really a part of that clique, although, certainly they fit in together. But those four guys have been around together for ages. They love each other. So, yeah, that's what McKennie wanted to do, and he did it. And Juventus was not happy about it at all. They were not. They did it. They did the loan. But after that, they said, you're basically dead to us. You're dead to us.
Yeah, you're so dead to us. We'll play almost every single game.
And then, when he got back, like you said, he had no parking spot. He had no locker room. He got nothing. Not even a shirt. He couldn't even get his number 8 back, which is crazy. But eventually, they worked it out. And they're like, and it's mostly the manager, by the way, that said, hey, we need to tone this down. We need to accept him back into the fold. And I trust Weston McKennie. And he became a starter for Juventus all season long. So, except at the end again, right? At the end.
Well, that's when the negotiations weren't going well.
Right.
But it's funny because when you look at players like that, and you look at Weston, he's had, 2 coaches at Juve. He played at Schalke. I don't know how many coaches he may have had then. He mentions there like 4 coaches or 4 or 5 coaches in that span time period at Leeds. But the common thread between him and a player like Sargent, or even going back as far as Michael Bradley, is that regardless of which coaches come in, they all play him. Now, he may not be the best player on the pitch like he was at Leeds. Leeds wasn't a great stint, but every single coach still played his ass.
Yeah.
So
I did hear the West to Cincy.
Yeah, I was going to pull that up last, Eric.
That ain't happening.
For 15 mil.
Not happening. Wes has no interest in going to MLS. None.
The funny thing is, it's the same price tag that Tottenham are reported to be to have placed.
If that happens, I will eat more crow.
No, he's not. He's not coming back to Indy. I said. I meant to say MLS. He's not coming back to MLS.
Right.
Not gonna happen. I mean, he's again. Worst comes to worst, he's gonna play out his last season, at least last 6 months, probably riding pine, and then he'll start negotiating his own contracts for the free transfer in the summer, which would suck going an entire year of not playing. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Or he can take a price cut, like you mentioned earlier.
All the rumors
beforehand.
All the rumors are he's going to get this deal done by the end of this month. By June 30, is there 31 days in June? Or just 30?
April, May, June. No, 30.
Okay. They're going to get it done by then. Something will get done. We will know by June 30th. That's all I'm hearing, is this deal's going to be done by then. So whether it ends up being Aston Villa or Tottenham, although the Aston Villa deal is looking way more messed up right now and complicated.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to flat out say that if Weston does come back to MLS, his career at that point is going to start a spiral. It's the same thing that happened to Bradley. Same thing happened with Josie. It was a spiral downwards.
Good.
You get complacent in MLS. Nobody's really nipping at your heels. And then you talk about the bad eating habits he may have in Europe, smashing him back in the stateside.
Even Dempsey in the most recent kicking it with who'd they have on?
You had Ronaldo in recently.
Who?
Ronaldo.
No, it's a newer one.
Newer than that one?
Yep.
I thought they had Bruce Arena, then it was Ronaldo. Who else was on after that?
They just had another one.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyhow, Dempsey says
it was the same McBride.
McBride. It was McBride.
Okay. Is that the McBride video that we have lined up?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So even Dempsey said in that interview, when we all started coming back right before the World Cup, it was probably the worst thing that ever happened because it didn't make us better. It made us worse.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, Mo, me, Bradley, Josie.
Yep.
I mean, we think about this. Josie's only, 34, 33 years old?
He was like 26 when he came back to MLS.
He's got
he was Weston's age, basically.
He hasn't played for 2 seasons. And when he was on that show, he's like, I'm looking for a new team. My thought was, good luck, buddy. Good luck. Good luck finding a team. Because he went to Mexico for that brief moment. That didn't work out.
No.
And he hasn't had a team now for a season and a half. He's
USL coming knocking.
He might as well just retire because it's over.
I say go to USL. Get your paycheck there.
I mean, if he wants to make a few bucks, but his wife is a big-time tennis player.
That's fair too. You don't need to, I guess.
Probably doesn't need to make that money unless they're planning on divorcing, which could happen, right? Jesse somebody said McBrizzle earlier, but I don't know where he got that nickname. I've never called him McBrizzle. But everybody else calls him that. I mean, Jimmy Conrad and Davies and Dempsey, McBrizzle.
He's big into the rap scene.
We'll go over this next show, the McBride interview. There were some decent, slightly revealing moments, but nothing like wow. And as much as I think that McBride is still trying to shill for U.S. soccer because he wants a future job, man, was he a player? Was he a player? He was a great player.
We've been on almost a 2-decade stint of not really having anybody to fill in McBride's shoes for the U.S. Now, of course, we've had strikers who can score goals and stuff like that, but I keep going like, if I had to pick a striker, I would love to have McBride back.
Did you see U.S. Soccer training today videos? Guess who's out playing one-on-one with everybody?
Sargent was, I saw that, yeah.
Yep. Josh Sargent is back, baby, and he was, I think, one of the only forwards in that practice that was scoring on the regular, no problem.
So that's the thing. We're looking at that pre-Copa friendlies and the fact that he didn't play, and people know, like, call it what you want. We're like, oh man, that's telling. I'm kind of surprised he was included on the roster. I'm like, it's not telling. I mean, the guy played the second half of the season for Norwich every fucking game for anywhere between 60 and 80 minutes every single game. He's healthy enough to play. He might have a nagging, knock on his ankle still. And what better way to get him ready for Copa than to give him a couple weeks rest?
Yeah, he played 70% of the season with that ankle injury.
Yeah.
Not totally healed. Apparently, they would shoot his ankle up with cortisone or something like that. Yep. And he'd go out and play with that fucker.
That was one of the options when I got gout and everything like that. They're like, well, we can do one of the things. We can put you on medication, or we can give you a cortisone shot.
Mm-hmm.
The cortisone shot's only going to last for a couple of months, and then you'll probably have the effects again.
Right.
Once you can get your numbers down, I'm like, oh, give me the medication, man. I don't want to get that shot in my foot. I mean, I know. Literally leaving the doctor's office, I would have felt perfect, but yeah.
Colin says you guys overrate Sargent. You and a bunch of other guys. He's not that good. I don't know how you can say he's not that good. I mean, if you watch the Norwich season, you can't say that. If you didn't watch it, and you didn't watch the goals that he scored,
in fairness, most people couldn't watch the Norwich season, but I get what you're saying. Watch the highlights. Right.
Sure, watch the highlights, but I got to watch at least 6 or 7 of them live this season on ESPN Plus. I found Sargent to be pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
All-around player, pretty damn good. So I'm not overrating him. I don't know how he's going to do coming back from this ankle injury. I really don't. I really don't.
And we were some of the hardest on him whenever he was in his slump during that initial Norwich move, when he wasn't scoring goals and there were open opportunities we missed. He wasn't calling for the ball. Every week you were like, Sargent, you need to get your balls back. And every week you were hounding on him. And then he had a baby, and then things seemed to change. But he's absolutely just a incredibly well-rounded striker. He's not hyper focused on any specific strengths in that sense. Like he's not gonna run the lines like Ballo, or I would say he's probably equal with Pepe as far as what they bring to the table, but he's not gonna hold up, say, Pfok in that sense, but he could.
Colin says, I wonder if you don't understand what the word "not that good" means. Yeah, I do. I mean, listen, I do. And I understand it's a relative term, but I don't know who you're exactly talking about. So if people out there saying that Josh Sargent's a god or the best thing since sliced bread, no, he's not. He's got a ways to go. He's got to get healthy. I want to see him play a full season.
Colin does say you guys constantly talk about Sargent, but he drops super deep and he's never near the goal. He plays like Berhalter wants him to play. With Norwich, he doesn't play like that.
No,
he's in and around the goal all the fucking time.
Yes,
so this is a preference of how Berhalter wants his strikers, which is why, come World Cup, Sargent went from practically a nobody with the United States national team because he got dropped for over a year to starting at the World Cup.
Right,
and he would have been Berhalter's number one guy if it wasn't for his injuries.
Right,
so he plays the ball he wants that Berhalter wants.
He would have started versus Netherlands. There's no doubt about that. Had he not got injured. So, listen, he's not all he can be yet because we haven't seen a healthy Sargent for a long time, but we've seen a barely healthy Sargent score a shit ton of goals in the championship this season.
Yeah.
In a minimal amount of games. And I don't know how you can ignore that. And again, everything's relative. So I don't know who you're quoting. When you say everybody thinks he's great or whatever. I don't think he's great. I don't think he's yet great, but I think he's as far as Greg goes, for Greg's system, he's actually the perfect player for Greg's system because Greg doesn't know how to use a 9. So he often asks the 9 to come back and play with his back to goal and hold up the ball. Like, who's going to do that better? I mean, you could say maybe Haji could do it. Pepe can do it pretty good too. I can tell you one guy that can hold the ball with his back to goal, and that's fucking
Balogun.
Balogun can't do that. So that's on Greg. That's on Greg.
Yeah.
That's not on any of the players.
Last bit, he does say he's good, but he doesn't seem like an upgrade over Pepe or Wright to me. And that's perfectly fine. That's a perfectly fine opinion to have.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And yeah, by all means, you're more than welcome to think one way or the other. And you can make the argument that Pepe is this and Wright is that. By all means. That's perfectly fine. I 100% agree with your take on that. You can have that take.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you could be practically flipping a 3-sided coin at that point, really, depending on who we're playing.
I think all three are capable.
Yeah.
Especially under Berhalter's system. So,
but Berhalter did come out specifically say he sees Haji Wright as a left winger. That's what he said. It's me. Don't kill the messenger.
This one's for you, Derek, though. So.
Sergeant sucks. Napoleon is short, and stepsister relations should be illegal. That's great, man. Oh, it's opposite day.
It must be, yeah. He's just trying to push your buttons there. So Weston McKinney on the abuses received. He says, when people started attacking me as a person in general, not even with football, everyone knows that I'm more thick-boned than most some of the other guys, and that my body shape is the way that it is. But when people started yelling out, "Hey, you fat bastard, you pig, you monkey," and stuff like that, people don't really realize the effect that it has on other people. I like to be happy and make other people happy, to make people laugh. So that was a bit hard. So he took the criticism, the personal criticism, hard.
Oh God, yeah. No, I'm sure. I mean, nobody likes to be called them. You fat bastard. You fat bastard. Or you pig. You fucking pig. You monkey. Really? So, oh God.
There are people posting on his Instagram just emojis of monkeys. Yeah.
I know. And that's on the Juve one. Happened at Leeds too. Oh, Europe, you're so forward thinking. You're so much better than us. You know, you just are. You're so progressive thinking. Oh, yeah. You're just so far ahead of the United States on race issues. Yeah. Well, why is it that so many of your people still use this kind of language? How is it that the players in Italy have bananas thrown at them? When if that happened in the United States, a motherfucker would get his ass kicked. Try throwing a banana at a black player in the United States. Good luck. Good luck getting out of the stadium alive.
Yeah, you can't even throw a beer at a basketball player without him coming up into the stands and clearing out the entire deck.
Oh, they'll beat the fuck out of you. This whole big bone thing. I mean, listen.
I'm big boned.
I think that McKennie needs to take a look in the mirror. I do think he can be more fit because we've seen him do it.
Sure.
We saw it at Juventus at the beginning of the season. You could see it in his face. He had lost at least 10 pounds. And that was reported actually by the Juventus
personal chef. Yeah.
The media talking about his personal chef. He dropped 10 to 15 pounds. Well, whatever he lost, he's put back on. Let's just put it that way. Because he's a little chunky.
Well, Derek, eating, you know this as well as I do, but choosing to change your diet, eating well, and not drinking is difficult. But then again, if I'm getting paid millions of dollars, I'm gonna be difficult. I'm gonna take the difficult life.
Mm-hmm.
The worst foods out there taste the best.
Yes,
and alcohol is full of empty calories that just loves to build up sugars in your body.
Yep,
but it's delicious. So
yep.
I'm not a professional soccer player right now, so I'm going to partake.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
I'll do a little bit of weightlifting and running around and trying to lose a little bit of weight back, but I'll never be as fit as I was in high school.
No, I'll never be high school again. I'm 52. I've done my time.
I don't give a fuck
in sports. I'm you know, if you expect me to, look immaculate, you're barking up the wrong tree. I know exactly what I am, but you also, and this has happened with the Shep, understood the carb intake versus, meats. And, meats aren't going to make you fat. Actually, if all you ate was bacon, you probably lose a lot of weight, but you die of a heart attack, right? So you got to balance that.
It's worth it.
And calories is so old school, man. That's what the military used back in the 40s and 50s and 60s. But they don't even use that anymore. Like calories, it's really about carbs and the balance between meats and carbohydrates.
What's it called when you dictate your carb intake on it's carb cycling. So like you there are days where you can carb out to an extent, but then days you don't carb out. So
I mean, listen, I went on the low carb diet back in, I was like 32 years old, and I lost 55 pounds in like 3 months. And it does work. It does fuck you up for the first few weeks, though. Your body's like, what? No more spaghetti? No more bread? What's going on here? Why are we only eating eggs and meat and fish and chicken? What the is going on? I need some carbs. And then you're like, no, sorry, body, you don't get any. You're eating vegetables, though, right? Yeah, I'm eating some vegetables. Okay, good, thank you. Oh, how about fruit? You eating any fruit? No, fruit makes me shit. I don't eat a lot of fruit. It gives me diarrhea, so I'm really low on the fruit. Okay, well, how about tomatoes? Yeah, I put tomatoes and things. Okay, good, man. I appreciate that. And no, my body figured it out, and I lost 55 pounds, dude. I was down to like 168. That's crazy. 168. So it's possible to do. But then, of course, you do need carbs if you're an athlete because you're going to burn lots of them. So it's just for him, it's not like 30 carbs a day. He could probably eat like 200 carbs a day because he's out there on the field burning fucking carbs. So you just need to figure out where that level is. For me, it was 30. As long as I stayed under 30 carbs a day, I was losing weight every single day. So I'm not a health expert. Okay, I'm not claiming to be one. I'm just telling you about my own personal experience with losing weight. It's doable. So
Jose Lopez says, dude, full carnival fucks your shit up. Yeah, it fucks your shit up in the sense that you have basically loose stool for at least 3 weeks. I mean, really, really loose stool.
Yes. But, and I know certain vegetables do have carbs in them. But, you look at like carrots
and potatoes, and
it's just not a whole lot of carbs. So for me, like eating a carrot was like, or having carrot in my meal cooked was like 8 carbs. Okay, big fucking deal, dude. 8 carbs. As long as I'm staying under 30, I'm losing weight. So you got to just tabulate all that shit. You got to know how many carbs are in everything you eat. And anyhow, you just can't eat bacon all day, though. I mean, that'll kill you anyhow in the long run. Bacon is delicious, but you can't just like go on an all bacon diet. You're going to die.
We try that. I mean, they did the supersize me. I think we can try baconize me. Nothing but bacon for 30 days. Let's see what happens.
Death. Laverdad says I lost 30 pounds doing intermittent fasting. I know that's a big thing now. Such a great way to lose weight. I just can't do it.
I lose quite a bit of weight when I do it. Problem is that there's just so many days where such as doing the podcast, or I'll do gaming on the other days, but that I'm going to bed like at 12:30, and then when I wake up for work, 12:30, 1 o'clock, and wake up for work, 4 or 5 hours later, I'm like, I need something. I can't go to work like this. I got to drive. I got my daughter in my car. I got to have something in my system.
Yeah,
wake my ass up.
This guy says you missed it. It just scrolled off. Motherfucker, you can't eat meat or you get scurvy. Yeah, I mean, you gotta put at least a little bit of, like, okay, so for instance, lemon juice into some of the things that you're eating. You know, a little citrus acid, some in this or that over your salad, maybe a little in the oils. So
what the carnivore diet people have found out, and I'm not sure the long-term benefits or negatives here, is that your body adjusts back to it. And so when you do like carnivore and stuff like that, you can substitute in some stuff like butter, which is still a high fat, but not necessarily obviously meat by any means. But it's something where like your body is adjusting to going to that complete carnivore diet, that it rejects it at first, but then your body adjusts to it later. Now, again, I'm not sure what the long-term effects are. I know some people have done it for years and been fine. And I know some people do it for a couple of months and they are in the worst condition possible. So I think it just depends.
So I would often during my low-carb diet have salads, would have a couple tomatoes in it. Okay, yeah, there's like, you know, these cherry tomatoes, if I add them all up, are like 5 carbs, 6 carbs, big fucking deal. But, you know, I would use in the vinaigrette that I made for it, I'd put a little acid in it, a little lemon juice. Okay, another 2 carbs, big fucking deal. But at least I'm not going to get scurvy, right? So, like, if you go total wackout only carnivore, I don't know how healthy that's going to be. I mean, it might work in a short term, long term, it might work out, but like I could never do just straight up meat. I had to have a salad on occasion. I had to have vegetables as well. You know, so I was never into the radical low carb. I just went no bread, no pasta, no sugar, and it worked. I lost 55 pounds. So whatever, you know, there are a lot of ways to do this. Some guys there, I can't remember who it was, saying it's all about calories. Okay, yeah, I mean, it could be. But calories are really hard for most people to comprehend. Carbs are easy. Not that calories aren't on the box of whatever you buy. It is. So if you want to do that, you could do that and work it out too. But I've never met anybody. I really have never actually, Brett, met anybody who said, yeah, I did a low-calorie diet and it worked for me. Never met anybody like that. I've met a lot of starving motherfuckers doing that diet. Starving.
The problem is you go off of it. It's a problem with any diet, really. The best diet you could have at this point really is just portion control. That's the best thing you could do. Change your overall dietary habits to eating more healthy, but portion control is the best thing you can do for yourself. Because if you do anything specific, whether it's like the keto or, you know, even intermittent fasting, if you break off of it, you don't hit the wall like you do with other diets, because it's not a diet. You're just skipping a meal and boosting your glycogen. So
the great thing about the carb diet, which is what I loved, is I fucking ate like a pig. I ate like a pig. I mean, I was having shrimp. I was having mussels with cream. I was having all kinds of glorious shit. I was not hungry at all. I ate. I just didn't eat bread. I didn't eat pastas. I avoided all sugars. Yeah.
Jose Lopez says, eat, you cunts. Starving doesn't help. He corrects it. It doesn't help. Walk and fuck. You get there.
Walk and fuck.
That's all you need to do. You just you eat food, you walk, and you fuck. I mean, that's how our ancestors did it.
Yeah, but they had to hunt their shit. That's an activity. That's an activity on their own.
That's how they got their 10,000 steps, Derek.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. But you know, the crazy thing is, somebody put up a video. They're like, the 1980s video. What do you notice? It was like a concert and whatever. Thousands of fans in the stand. Big hair everywhere because it's the 80s. Chicks all have big hair. What I notice? There's like no fat people.
Sure. You can thank the American food industry for that.
Go to Walmart. Yes, exactly, Brett. That's part of the problem.
It is the shit that they put in cheap food that the poor have to buy.
Right, especially now.
High fructose corn syrup, fuck off.
Dude, if you go shopping now, inflation, I mean, it's ridiculous. But yeah, and it's going to be worse for people who are poor. Now you're really going to just have to stick to the bad shit. And I when I'm behind somebody at Walmart and they got like 6 boxes full of Kraft macaroni and cheese, 8 canisters of Coca-Cola and Mountain Dew, and 8 another boxes of, bread, white bread. And I'm thinking, well, there's no wonder that she's fat. And I'm guessing her whole family's fat, because you can't consume that and not be fat. And not that I'm thin right now, but if I ran into you on the street, you wouldn't go, that's a big fat dude. You wouldn't say that. You go, he's a little overweight. He needs to lose some weight. But you wouldn't say I'm a big obese person. But there are just so many people, unfortunately, who are eating the shit, as you say, that these corporations are pumping out. And they mass, market that shit. So people are eating, like, she also had like 3 bags of Cheetos and a little thing of Twinkies. It's like, where's your vegetables in this fucking cart? Where's the healthy food? Where's the meat? Where's the vegetables? Where's the fruit? Nope. But you see it all the time. Just go to Walmart. It's depressing. But people got to live on the budget. What's the cheapest shit out there? Mac and cheese, Kraft. That shit is cheap as shit. All of the bread is cheap. Not as cheap as it used to be, but still bread, white bread, generally cheap. It's just all that shit's so cheap. The Faygo Pop or whatever it is, cheap. It's horrible for you. It'll kill you. Eventually, it'll make you a big, huge mammal. But I feel worse for the kids. That's what I feel the worst for. Because, I know when I brought up and raised my kids, we didn't have any pop in the house at all. The only pop that was in the house was diet. It was zero pop.
Artificial sweeteners, sweet.
Listen, dude, I know it's 0, but I don't want my kids just consuming sugar and all the bad stuff. So we never bought Twinkies. We never bought any of that garbage, ever. We had vegetables. Like Nick's favorite food were cherry tomatoes. That was like his thing. Like he loved cherry tomatoes, So, yeah, it's, again, you brought it up. You're right. It's a part of a culture, right? The culture of bad eating. That's where we're at right now. And for poor people, it's even worse, because if you don't have the money to buy good food, because good food's expensive. Let's not fool ourselves. Vegetables, in the end, the nice ones, and like steak, chicken, fish, shit's expensive right now. And if you're running on a budget and you got 4 kids and you're working 40 hours a week, also your time becomes the battle too. As you well know now as a father, time is a battle.
Yeah.
Like you come home from work, you got to cook dinner. It's going to take an hour, 30 minutes.
I was gonna say the funny thing is, if you look back at like the 50s and 60s and you look at the meals they have on TV shows, it's always like a cooked piece of meat. You got vegetables and stuff, and there's not really anything on there that's processed. But the problem is now with 2 households working, 2-job households, you come home at 5-6 o'clock. Your time for cooking. This is why crockpots are so nice.
And you're tired.
Yeah.
By the way,
but why I think a lot of people are going the crock pot or Instapot, that type of shit that you can cook the stuff in like much quicker or over the long haul while you're gone. But yeah, the idea of making like meals like that where it's not you don't deal with all the processed foods, it's more difficult.
Yeah. Oh, and that was, I mentioned this before. That's my one problem with that Kansas City Kickers speech. My one problem was it's like, okay, yeah, dude, like you can have your wife be at home and a stay-at-home mom because you're a millionaire. Most American families and working class families have to have both the mom and the dad work. Like there's just really no other option. That's where we're at right now. Working class families have to have both parents work. It's a bitch, but it's a reality. We should be honest about that. I'm all for, having moms stay home if they can do it. But right now, with the way things currently are, it's not really something everybody can do if they want to, or be a stay-at-home dad, whatever. I know I've met other people who've been stay-at-home dads, but it's just not something most families can get away with at this current situation, the way it is right now, and the way the economy works, and, just the way we're evolving as a country financially as well. So it's difficult. You got very few families in the working class that can say, oh, mom can stay home or dad can stay home. Mom can go to work or dad can go to work and the other parent can just stay home and take care of the kids. It's just, there were times I had absolutely amazing jobs, Brett, where I was making, 6 figures and still, with what we were paying for at the time and what was going on. Either my wife wanted to work, which I wasn't going to stop her to do. She wants to work. She wants to work. I'm all for it. Anyhow.
Your argument was like, look how happy I am. You want to come and do this too?
Dude, nothing would make me more happy than being a stay-at-home dad. I would love to do it. I would stay home. I'd cook all the dinners and lunches. I'd take care of the kids. I would love to do it because I'm kind of a homebody, I just love it. I would love to do that. It's not for everybody. I get it. Nope. Not everybody likes to be stuck in a building all day. 6 figures in minimum wage in LA. Really? $20?
That's why it's nice. It's nice to live in a flyover America.
Well, yeah. 6 figures doesn't get you shit out in California. You can't buy a house. I know. I have a bunch of former bandmates live in California. Used to live in San Francisco. Actually, just recently moved. They're like, I live in a shit apartment with 1 room, basically, that a bed's in. Then I got a kitchen that's basically just a counter and a toilet. Yeah, that's living in California. The cost of living is absolutely absurd. So, dude, I'm single in Texas and I spend like $150 a week. Okay, groceries right now. Yes, I'm with you, brother. You know what I used to spend on groceries just like 6 years ago?
Derek's had an aha moment recently when he looked at his grocery bills. Like,
yay! Because I stopped. I didn't for 4 years, last 4 years, I didn't even care. I sold my 2 houses. I sold a couple cars. I had this big bank account. So I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'll just buy whatever I want when I go in here. Then, recently I'm like, holy shit. I'm looking at these bills, buying the same stuff I used to buy, and it's twice as large.
Yeah.
The bill's twice as large. And I'm like, this is insane, Derek. You got to start paying attention to this, or else the bank account's going to start going backwards, not forwards.
Yeah. Well, I'm the grocery shopper in this household because I don't shop on the whim.
You're a foodie too.
I know exactly what I need to get, and I will shop the sales.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, we need to get chicken. Well, chicken's $2.99 pound. I'll pass. What's available? Oh, I can get a block of ground beef for $1.99 pound. Look, I'll go do that. We'll have something with beef this week.
Right, beef stroganoff. You could spaghetti and meatballs. You could make the meatloaf. All kinds you can do. I know you like meatloaf.
I was talking to you about the spaghetti I made last week. I finally turned my son, who was not a big spaghetti fan, into a spaghetti fanatic.
Oh, really? Yeah. I think spaghetti is one thing all kids almost universally love.
Jackson has a certain kid staples that he dislikes. Like he does not like mashed potatoes. It was one not like mashed potatoes.
I don't know.
It's a kid staple.
That's crazy talk.
He doesn't like peanut butter and jelly.
Whoa! Holy Moses!
That's a kid staple.
You need to take his chip out, reprogram it, and put it back in because it sounds like he's got an issue. All right. Sorry for all this food talk. We were coming to the end, so
we're starting a new podcast soon.
This is fluff, obviously, folks. We did soccer the whole show. A little extra fluff here at the end. Jose Lopez for $2. Drink enough whiskey. You're never hungry.
You're never hungry.
Yeah, you sleep a lot, though. I can't do whiskey, Jose. It makes me mean, so I don't do it. And I'm already mean enough, so it's not good. Especially with some fried chicken. Oh, God, now I'm getting hungry, Brett. Fried chicken. The words fried chicken. Like, nobody is a bigger fried chicken or chicken winning fanatic than me. I love it.
It's painful whenever I go to Kroger and hit up their chicken stand for food, like for lunch. You can go there and it used to be like $5. You used to get the 2-piece white meal, which is the breast and the wing. You get 2 sides plus a Hawaiian roll for $5. But then inflation hit and they bounced it up to $7, which is still not a bad deal. But I go there and I look at that. I go, every time I'm looking at it, I go, oh, I really would love to get that fried, but I don't know, I could save myself like 400 calories per piece by not eating that. So I'll get baked. Give me baked. But the baked's good anyways. They put nice seasoning on it.
Yeah, no, it is really good. Tony Martinez says, Derek, show how to make German dishes. Maybe I will. Maybe we'll come on here with an occasional recipe. I'd love to show people how to make Königsberger Klopse because it's amazing. And it's got, it's like has lemony cream. It's not real cream in it. I don't know. But anyhow, it's something I'd love to revisit and show people how to make here. Lots of great German dishes out there, for sure. But I know a lot more about actually Mediterranean food and Japanese food than I know about German food. Like, I mean, I ate a lot of German food because I lived there for a long time, but I didn't learn how to cook it, all of it. Like, I know how to make basic stuff like schnitzel, and it's very easy.
I tend to do a lot more stir fries, especially when cooking for myself, because you can't really go wrong. You just, throw vegetables in there, cook it down, and throw your meat in, and you're done. Put over rice if you need to.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot wrong with that.
Spätzle, I've never made, actually, Gio Reyna. Never made Spätzle. I mean, my mom has made it. I've never asked her how to make it, and I've never made it for myself. I'm sure there's an easy recipe out there, but I do like Spätzle. I really do. Colin Reese, did I tell you guys I lived in Indiana? No.
I was unaware of that, yeah.
Thought you lived near Pete.
They talked about that, not next to Pete, but within the same state, but then again, that's saying a lot.
Close enough for Pete to worry. Don't do anything to Pete, Colin.
I think that the show we had Pete on, everything like that, he said that, hey, I don't live in the same state or same city, but happy to grab a beer sometime or something like that. Something along those lines.
Colin, be nice to Pete because compared to us, those two, Tact and Pete, are small mammals. We are large mammals. I don't know how big you are, but yeah, be nice to those guys. Don't beat them up if you meet them in public. Be nice to them.
Can't make any promises.
All
right. Well,
we're just kidding around.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to call it a night. It's been fun. Too bad for Canada. They played super aggressive open soccer and they got punished for it. Although they had their opportunities in the first half. So
I know I mentioned that it's a possibility they'll be available for Sunday's game. I'm still up in the air at this point because we were talking about doing a live stream for that.
Can you do it?
My daughter's birthday party is happening that day. I don't know what's happening. I've got an in-law in town. I don't know what the overall plan is, so I've got to figure it out.
Okay.
So it's up in the air, guys.
Brett, if you can't do it, I might do it alone, and you can join when you can join.
Yeah.
Maybe. So USA versus Bolivia, 5 p.m. Sunday. Brett will probably join me. I don't know if he'll join me at 4:45. But if, I'm going to start it out at 4:45. And if you guys, or if Brad can join us at some point, I'm sure he will be able to at some point, obviously. Maybe you won't. I don't know. I don't know what the party plans are. So it's up to,
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. But I will be here at 4. Brett, fake. Yeah, dude, that's your fucking daughter's birthday. I mean, seriously, the U.S. are playing Bolivia.
Be a deadbeat dad.
Dad, yeah, Brett, you asshole. U.S. soccer way more important than your daughter. What's wrong with you, Brett?
Well, if U.S. soccer would pay us, then I would absolutely skip out on it.
Let EB handle.
Sorry, sweetie. Daddy's got to go make a paycheck. So,
what time's the party?
It starts at noon, which is why I was saying that I should be able to make it. But then again, I don't know what's happening afterwards and what family we're all hanging out with afterwards. So, that's the big question there.
You might have to have like dinner.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, hard to say. All right, well, I'll try to hold down the fort without you best I can.
All right. Jose says she will have a birthday next year too, man. The funny thing is last year's birthday, she had to celebrate it here with my parents and my mother-in-law because me and Evie were in Jamaica. So
yeah.
Hey, we can't keep missing them, man.
Good idea, you going to Jamaica with Evie and not letting her go by herself. So Dick St. Jock doesn't sweep your your wife away. Hey, what you doing on the beach all alone? Why are you here all alone? You're such a beautiful woman. You shouldn't be alone. Yeah.
I don't know what accent you were trying to throw in there.
No,
was that Francais?
That was my Jamaican accent.
Well, that's really bad.
No, it's not. Oh, EB. What a beautiful name. You're a beautiful woman.
That's French. You're doing a French accent. Stop it.
You shouldn't be on the beach all by yourself. Yes.
That's German Jamaican. That's not Jamaican.
Either way, your wife's getting picked up by a Jamaican guy if you're not there. Well done, Brett.
More like Irish. The only thing you're missing there was a
Your breasts are so supple and large. They should be caressed every night.
Seriously, that's right. That's right. You're doing a French accent. Derek, we.
So never let your wife, I think Eddie Murphy said that, never let your wife go to Jamaica on her own with her girlfriends. All right? All right? We don't do acting here. We just have a good time. I'm not pretending to be Pete. Pete's the actor. Pete can do some accents, that's for sure. Pete does the Klinsman thing nail on. He does. Yeah. And I'm still trying to talk him into doing a show with me as the dog and him as the crow. So we'll see.
There you go, Derek. I want you to try that. It's in the accent. Do it in the accent.
Evie man, come let a man show you the chimney sweep, eh?
All right, that was German Jamaican right there.
Yeah, Pete's a professional. All right. Guys, we appreciate it all. I guess at one point, 300, almost 400 of you here. We do appreciate it. It was a fun night, but, we got to get some rest. Some of us have lives outside of this, but it was a fun night. And we will be back, or I will at least be, on Sunday at 4:45 to cover the game, and Brett will probably join me at some point when he's allowed to escape. Until then, thank you and good night.
That hurt.
And to me, it's nauseating. It's absolutely nauseating because
multiple mental health clinicians said that Derek had limited intellectual ability and was not capable of consenting.
Boom. Right? Change soccer in America forever.
Hella bugs out here. Bro, I keep caressing my leg, boy. I'm trying to get freaky out here.
Your step siblings and also husband and wife.
I can't do any of that stuff.
That's right. Yeah, in fact, soccer can crawl up my asshole and die.